let everybody know, not after they spawn in or the ops start, they can't use them. That's all.
Yeah, okay. Here in Charlie 1388. I suggest you don't crest your squad just yourself when you want to be sort of ninja about it. I want to know if there's any movement on that side of the map fairly quickly. So at live, you'll be heading basically there with a fight team. Leave your rest of your squad back here basically with the near the lodgy, and quickly go and scout that out for me.
Platoon kids.
I'll keep them in my. I'll keep them in my squad. It'll be fine.
Yeah, Phoenix. Actually, thinking about it, send your guys on foot, on live with Wayne. I just need you to do the ferrying of Revy squad, assuming they fit, and you all in the vehicle. If not, then Revy pick somebody to go on foot. I just want to get across that bridge up there as quick as possible. Revy, once you get across, you'll be coming down this sort of a trajectory. The idea being that then we can get set up as a platoon and walk it in basically from east to west.
So you want Wayne's squad and my squad both coming in from their east?
Yeah, it could be all 4 squads, especially if they're over, in this area over here. I'd rather come in from the east, to be honest, rather than trying to come across through.
There is some terrain in here that maybe Wayne can send the fire team through. Just there's some elevation.
If they're anywhere around, Foxtrot or Golf squares, then good chance you're going to walk into a squad there. So I sort of want to go around them if possible, rather than sort of fighting in this sort of area around there where you're mentioning. But we'll see. It really depends what Bump tells us with his canning. So Bump should be able to tell us whether he sees anything almost about 2-3 minutes after live in that western part of the 13 row. And then if he doesn't spot anything, then either they're being very disciplined or they're over on the eastern part. Yeah, that's correct. And for their logistics truck, which we may or may not encounter, I don't really want to tip our hand too early by taking it out. So let their logistics truck go by if we do spot it over there. I just don't want to tip our hand too early. At least the first time you see it. If it's going backwards and forwards, yeah, take it out. Alright, so kits for the platoon. So if I can have, let's see, Bump, you want to take 1 MMG, 1 GL.
1 MMG and what?
And 1 GL.
Copy.
And also 1 RPG.
Copy.
Revy, if you want to take an MMG, GL, and an RPG.
Copy.
And then Phoenix and Wayne. Let me think here. Wayne, if you take the 2 GLs, and Phoenix, if you can take the 2 RPGs.
Look up, Roger.
They're RG7s. The reason I'm giving you the GLs, Wayne, is because they're awfully good to use as you're advancing on there in transportation positions, sandbags, etc. So the basic idea is we're going to walk in from the east, and then we'll hopefully use the mortars to clear a path in front of us as we walk it in. All right, I'll be quiet now. Let me know when you got your guys kitted up and get them this morning. Probably about 5-6 minutes.
Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday Squad Ops One Life event. I am your commentator for this evening's Shadowed Ritual, and tonight we bring to you Operation Sawtooth. It's an attack defense operation. Militia forces are sort of held out in the woods south of the south part of Gordok in this general area, and the Russians are tasked with digging them out. But before I go into more detail about what this operation is about exactly and their exact objectives and whatnot. Let's go ahead and go over who is participating in this op command-wise. So for the Russian team, platoon lead Bondarts with his squad leads Revy, Bump, Phoenix, and Wayne Newton. For the militia, we have platoon lead Dwarf with his squad leads Total War HQ, Moneyman, the Alpha Guido, and Sugarheart. So as far as platoon leads go, very even on that front, both very experienced platoon leads. Both similar styles, honestly, when it comes to how they lead. As far as squad leads go, pretty standard squad leads. Standouts got Phoenix, Wayne Newton. I haven't seen Total War HQ squad lead that much, so I don't really have an opinion on him. Everybody else is pretty competent in their job, and it should come down to positioning and how they plan on attacking the militia stronghold or strong point. So for the, let's go ahead and go over this operation then, shall we? Let's go ahead and bring up the map one more time. It's not going to give you too much information. The only information it really gives you is the resistance area, or resistance activity, I think is what it says exactly. Yeah, resistance activity. Militias are somewhere in that area. This map is old. This operation is almost 3 years old. This was created May of 2017. So it's been updated a couple times. We've updated it for V10, we've updated it for V12. And things have been added and removed from it, but the initial idea of this operation was created in 2017. But yeah, the Russian Forces Command has assigned your platoon a new mission. Your mission is to sweep an area, locate a resistance camp, and eliminate all resistance counter. Militia forces, well, or Russian forces, tasked with digging out entrance militia position. Militia forces. After the struggle of defending our homes in Desna, Akim, and Soloniki, the leaders of the revolt now understand the unrelenting nature of the Russian ground forces. Leadership has decided to start building small resistance camps near the Gorodok forest in hopes of stockpiling men and munitions out of sight and harm's way of the ever-increasing Russian presence. Militia forces revolting. They need to have a stronghold, not in an area surrounded by buildings. Some buildings are in the area, but it's sort of away from people, and that's sort of the mindset that these guys are going into when it comes to participating in this event. Yeah, it's a pretty simple task. The Russians, or the militia forces, have decided to hold up at the C-13, basically the lumberyard area proper. A little further back is where they got the fob, but it looks like they want to really hold up in the lumberyard. In the lumberyard area. Let's go ahead and go over assets that they've got before they go over, yeah, they're about to start a platoon, but let's go ahead and go over at least Russian assets. I'll probably go over militia assets afterwards. So Russian assets, what do they have to dig out the militia forces? They've got 1 squad lead, 2 fire team leads, 2 automatic riflemen, and 1 medic per squad. The platoon armory, which the platoon lead can deal out as he sees fit. Let me go ahead and get rid of the map. The platoon armory, which the platoon lead can deal out as he sees fit, are 2 medium machine guns, 4 grenadiers, and 4 RPG-7s. I believe he went 1 MG, 1 GL per 2 squads, 2 GLs per 1 squad, and 2 RPGs per the other squad. They also get a mortar and a Logi.
Assisted by Wayne Newton, Phoenix, Bump, and Revy. And today we're going to be hopefully clearing out the following location. So the objective area is the 13 row between a Bravo out on the west, marked by the skull and crossbones on your maps, and Golf 13 out on the east. So it's the Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf 13 row. Anywhere in there is the possible militia camp.
A large area.
We're tasked with basically finding it and eliminating all hostiles. If we happen to take their position, then we're tasked with defending it until relieved. Now we're going to, from live, have 3 squads essentially heading out generally in the direction of the bridge in Golf 9. Phoenix is going to be driving most of Revy's squad. That'll fit in our logistics vehicle. Transport out to that bridge and dropping him and returning. Wayne's squad and rest of Phoenix squad will be travelling on foot towards that location, where they will also cross to the eastern side of the map. Bump squad will be doing some recon for us. They'll be heading basically to a position approximately in Delta 1033, shown on the 5 mark pretty close, and trying to get eyes on the western part of the objective area. If you're in Bump squad, be careful not to skyline to the south. The enemy do have binoculars as well, so try and be sneaky if at all possible, and just let your squad leader use his binos to find out what the disposition of the enemy is. Other than that, once we find out where they are, then you'll get further orders down the chain of command. Any questions?
ROE for a patrol element?
The patrol element bump squad is weapons free. If you're out on the east crossing, the hope basically being moving down the eastern side of the objective and then walking it in as a platoon east to west. Just check with your squad lead before pulling the trigger. All right, unless there's no further questions, squad leads, let's break them out.
Pretty simple plan for the Russians. They're going to move east and then form a north to south platoon line, moving east to west. Probably the plan is almost going to change immediately, because he is sending scouts to look at the exact area that the militia are in. He doesn't know that, but he's sending scouts to check the exact area the militia are in. So this plan is most definitely not going to reach all the way to the east here. I'll show you. He wants to line up here and then move west. It's most definitely not going to reach this far. They're probably going to cross here and they'll set up their platoon line probably about this road and then start moving it in, because he is sending scouts south to try and get eyes on and start pre-mortaring some of these positions. But we'll see. Londarts may want to take it slow and get a little further back on the east and make sure his platoon line is set up and 100% ready to go. Is there a militia viewpoint? There's not a militia viewpoint. I generally stick to the attacker side. They'll generally have the better comms, because they're not going to be sitting there for long periods of time, unlike the defenders, who are just most likely going to just be building. I will fly over there and check them out, especially at the beginning whenever these guys are moving and there's not really much to look at. But yeah, we do have a multicam stream that we're able to do. I just need commentators to do it, and I'm working on getting commentators trained up. And as soon as we've got those, we'll definitely have eye in the sky cameras, like an admin cam, and we'll also have POVs. And are we going to do another tank match or match with tanks and infantry? Tanks are a little iffy in ops. The only reason we had that tank match is because it was a regular event, and it's a little easier to manage our regulars, because they've been with the community a little bit, and like trust them a little bit more. Not to say we don't trust the public players, but it's a little bit easier to police regulars who have gone through the vetting process and have that ops tag. But unfortunately, tanks are a little tricky in our operations. With the mod backup, we are using the mod. For those of you who don't know, see that they're gonna fix that skybox. Oh, and we are live. Live time, nice, good start on the live. Only 8 minutes after top of the hour. Good job on the event admins for getting things wrong. SOTT training, what time tomorrow? It is on your local time. If you check out the website, squadops.gg, everything is in your local time. Whatever your computer set to is whatever time it is. What time will show on the website. So right off the bat, we've got Blue 3 moving southwest. We've got the rest of the platoon moving northeast to start moving and getting into position. Let's go check out militia as they start their move. We've got Red 2 looking like they're going to cross the rivers, and a fire team of Red 3 moving northeast. We've got the Logi running east, and we've got Red 1 moving southeast. Only one on the point proper is Red 3 with Red 5 to build. Let's check out where they're going to build at. It's a pretty defensible area. It's probably the most defensible area on the map, just because it's the only real buildings along this entire little area. There's a farmhouse over there that seems like it would be good to form an OP from, but the thing is that building is garbage. You can't see out any useful direction, and it's more often any fire team that goes that far out generally dies. I'm also a big fan of these hilltops here that ShadowedRitual has his squad on. Just another really fun area to fire from.
You're a little bit further south than the, but just go ahead and scan where you can to the south.
Say that by staying at the fob that Red 5 is standing by. Alright.
Are you good with
that was clever. I enjoy that. It's the first time ever since I started using red and the number to sort of. I used to say Russian Squad 3, Militia Squad 3, and everything, but that was a little more confusing. Then somebody went in chat and started saying color and number, and I figured that was a lot easier to understand. That's the first time I've heard that joke. Good on you. That was pretty solid. Red 2 getting very aggressive with their positioning. The thing with this positioning, wow, that water's really blue, isn't it? Sorry, I'm distracted. Very aggressive with their positioning, and it will catch the Russians off guard.
Western side of the objective area. I'm unsure it's specifically where yet.
Making sure I didn't talk over too much. Looks they know they're on the western side.
Trajectory to expedite your river crossing.
They're gonna start moving in. Oh, I never went over what the militia loadouts had because they started their brief. Militia loadouts, pretty similar to the Russians. 1 squad lead, 2 automatic riflemen, 1 light anti-tank, 1 medic, and 2 FTLs per squad. And they only get 2 scouts for the platoon armor. So not as much high explosives, but they do have that defender's advantage of being able to dig in. And they'll have the scouts for mines and IEDs, and they also get their FOB with 1 mortar and 2 HMGs plus various defensive structures.
Point once we've regrouped. Where do you want us to start going from there? Over.
So, I like this aggressive positioning by 2. The thing is, if they get caught out, they've got a pretty big river they've got to cross. It's out in the open.
Open your map, take a moment to bring it up. Echo 12-1, thereabouts. First of all, though, once you sort of like maybe moving in that town, I think is it Desna? Echo 12-8-9. When you're basically going to be hanging out there as just security. I want you trying to get eyes and see if you can give me a precise location of their actual concentration of forces just to stop them crossing the river as well.
Solid copy. My squad's gonna get moving now. Over.
They're gonna send Blue 3 here into Desna. This is Desna. This is Desna. Right near Red 2. Red 2 may spot them moving in. Definitely Skeptic, Rainman, and Mendax. These guys will spot them moving in. But they're mostly going to be scouts. The rest of the platoon is moving east, and they're going to go get their platoon line set up. So look at, has any buildings been put down yet? Oh, and this bridge is new. This is part of the mod, and we are using our Squad Ops mod. Mostly quality of life changes, like adding like an 8-hour time limit. We've changed skyboxes a little bit. We can change the weather and add fog and whatnot. Gordok, we've added several bridges. There's a bridge here. It's not even on the map. There's a bridge here, and there's also I believe 1 or 2 more bridges up on the north. Just because there's only 3 bridges along this entire river, and we wanted a few more ways for infantry to cross. Whenever we do have those rules where infantry cannot cross rivers, this scenario, infantry can cross rivers, so the bridge is not as needed. But still, I think it's neat that we've added these kind of bridges for those specific operations where they cannot cross the river except by bridges. And this is just a regular little foot bridge. Not well, actually, I think a vehicle can fit through here.
Squad 1 if you can get in behind Squad 4.
Possibly a vehicle can get through here.
Hotel 13, understood.
Let's go check out militia, see what they've built up. These guys are going to be moving for a minute. We'll actually go check. We'll check out what's building, then we'll go check out this engagement between Blue 3 and Red 2. So they're not even putting a lot of focus on the lumberyard proper. They've got a little OP behind lumberyard. I like this. Well, I did like it when I said the words. I liked it. Getting down on it. This isn't going to be super useful, I don't think. But everything else, like looking out to the east and the northwest, a very nice hill. We'll see. We'll see if this pays off for them or not. I believe this is where they're going to harden up at, and this is where they're going to last stand. A lot of little OPs in the woods, using that to your advantage. I like these little OPs using the rocks. Very nice. And using the trucks as part of their cover. Not the best, not 100% because you can't shoot underneath it, but it is still, you don't have to use the valuable build points for a couple extra sandbags where they could be used elsewhere. Alright, let's go check out Blue 2, Red 3. Or Blue 3, Red 2.
If you could just remind your guys not to do such things.
Who's gonna spot who first? Alpha Guido's in the position to spot this. He's got binoculars out, looking that way.
Contacts, Echo 12-5.
They see him.
Looking down into the town. Over.
Mortars out.
Roger, so they've crossed the river.
And there are mortars going out.
Alright, so they're probably at you. Get you guys in hard cover. Back out to the north a bit if you have to.
Alright, that's militia mortars out. Almost 100% on this position. Let's see where they land. Wow.
They were landing near us. They were landing short.
Roger. Well, the squad
A little off.
Haste,
A little off, but they were supposed to land near these guys. The grid was called wrong. So it landed in E1139. The correct grid is this one here, E1188.
Right, so make sure that you pull you guys
Yeah,
back.
E1021, I'd say. It'd be falling back.
Those mortars were at least 100 meters off. They didn't have accurate marks for us.
I want you to move about 300 meters north, and then about 600 meters to the east, and then I want you positioning up again on the rocks in Foxtrot 1194, or even Golf 1017.
Solid cap. I'm pulling my Bravo fire team north at this time. Over.
Pretty solid comms for Londarts' platoon so far. He's going to keep maneuvering Blue 3 here. They want someone to go 300 meters, 600 meters, and then get positioned around here. Most likely to cover the rest of the Blue platoon as they move. Blue 4 making good progress on the south. Blue 1 and 2 getting situated and moving south, having dismounted and get their platoon in line. Blue 4, though, they are moving. They may be in a position to ambush this Logi. Unless they're, Londarts doesn't want to engage this Logi. I remember that. I heard him in the pre-brief. Doesn't want to give their hand away so soon.
Coordinates of their potential fob?
Just getting Phoenix. Yeah, maybe I'm getting Phoenix here to help me.
It's gonna be a long round one, you think? I think it will. Right now, it's just jockeying for position, making sure they're in a solid spot to move in and take out the militia. And from the position they want to, so let's check out their rally point, I should say, I guess. Their next checkpoint, where they really want to move right now. They're not moving to contact right now, they're moving to get set up, and then they're going to move to contact. They're most likely going to set up around here, looks like it. And they're gonna move east. I guess it's not bad. It's not great. Sightlines west aren't, sightlines west aren't gonna be amazing.
Village in Hotel 11 break until you get a little bit better eyes and assess what's going on with those sandbags.
Yeah, keep on moving. What I'm looking at, I think, is in Bravo 13.
Why isn't this an esport? I don't think this is esport material. Honestly, I think it's a great spectator sport, or like a spectator event. But as far as sports go, like, maybe not. Definitely a spectator event. I 100% agree. Sentry just blowing past these guys. None the wiser. He's just moving as quickly as he can. Just trying to get these logistics to the platoon and get these guys building. Yeah, I agree, though. Definitely spectator worthy, and I try and make it spectator worthy for you guys. Anything that I can improve, I'm always looking for feedback. And yeah, but as far as like esports go, I always figured those games with like smaller amounts of people where you can actually make a team, like League of Legends, Dota, Counter-Strike, where it's like teams of like Overwatch, teams of like 5 to 7. Even World of Tanks, I think they're trying to make an esport, but like teams of 10 gets a little ridiculous too.
Command,
oh no, Sentry spun out.
Roger that.
Reminds me of PlanetSide 2 tournaments. I never watched a PlanetSide 2 tournament. I tried to get into PlanetSide. Wasn't my cup of tea. I think it's because I was, when I tried to get into PlanetSide, I was playing Dust 514. For those of you who don't know that, it was an EVE spin-off first-person shooter thing that just failed miserably. And I was likened it to that.
Towards the rocks to our east, southeast?
Yeah, Golf 10.
Sentry makes it there. No problem.
Put a fire team at Foxtrot 1183. They're going to be basically our security that side of the river. Once we're set up down in the Hotel 13 and 14 grid with the rest of the platoon, you're basically going to get anyone off the rocks in Foxtrot 12 or Echo 12.
Solid copy, command.
To that end, Squad 2, be advised, make sure your guys are further east than what they currently are. They don't want to be spotted from the Foxtrot 12 location. Okay.
So who to look out for? So Sugarheart's got the glass here on the east, and Alpha Guido's got the glass there on the glass beam. But no. Alpha Guido's not going to be able to spot 3 as they try and move away. And it looks like he's actually getting aggressive with his movement. He's actually going to take over Desna. Start strong pointing that. He's got to be very careful. Make sure he doesn't get too far away from the rest of his platoon. Because if he gets caught out, or if somebody else in the platoon gets caught out, or comes into contact, this is going to be a while for them to respond. Until then, I think they're in a pretty solid spot to flank. Oh, actually, it doesn't look like he's going to push in. He's not going to push into Desna proper. He's got a fire team overwatching Desna, and it looks like, who's this fire team here? Rainman, Mendak, Skeptic, and Salt Crits. Going to move east.
We're set up ready for when to come in.
Roger.
Do you want to start and push east now? Pushing west now?
Yeah, get online with 1. 3, go ahead and send your BP down to those rocks to your south-southwest.
So this is 2 fire teams, or 2 squads?
On that southern part of the map.
2 squads. You got blue 4, blue 1, and a fire team from blue 2. Blue 2 being the mortar fob. Pretty big front there. We'll see what happens with blue 3. Not sure exactly where he's going to move. I think he's splitting up his fire team, but they're both moving south. Most likely going to stay on this side of the river and just sort of shadow this this chunk of blue here. Nobody in any real position to spot anything. You can just tell that by how they're moving, how they're stationing themselves. They know the general area, but they don't know exactly where. Them constantly maneuvering around, constantly trying to get some decent eyes anywhere. Any kind of information is key in operations. With that 1 life, people are a lot more scared, a lot more cautious before they engage, and they want to know exactly what they're facing against before they even try and pull the trigger. Sentry's also playing Squad Zombie mod before this. We're roasting for the Logi fail. I heard good things about the Squad Zombie mod. I heard they changed some stuff with the AI or the maps. I've heard some good stuff. I may have to pick it up again. I've only played it a handful of times. I'm partial to, when it comes to those kind of mods, I like the Starship Troopers mod. Because Starship Troopers. I just finished reading the Starship Troopers book like 2 days ago. I figured it was something nerd culture I should pick up and do. And I really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. Still love the movie, but it is 100% different. I think the only thing they have in common is names. So Red 1's going to be the main point of contact here. I like the positioning of Red 2 here, though. The full squad? No, this is just a fire team. The rest of Red 1 is further back. So this sort of shows me, or what I'm interpreting this as, this is going to be a very fluid defense. And they're going to engage and then fall back. Then engage and fall back. Which I think is the way to do it in this wooded environment. That's probably why I liked it. The movie was because I first saw it when I was like 10, 11. I was super into just like guns and shooting and playing army and all that stuff.
1 and 4 be advised to watch your northwest, Rocks and Foxtrot 12 and Echo 12.
I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's an amazing movie, but I mean it's always something that'll be near and dear to my heart. Alright, let's go listen in on some blue comms. I've been floating over the red for a little bit, and they're sitting in some stationary positions. Let's go listen to the local comms, because that sort of tells me how the squad itself is working, and we can hear how the upper chain of command is working, but we can't really hear squad comms, individual squad comms, and it tells me if they're talking in local, their squad comms are clear, and only the pertinent information is going to be passed down.
After they go out, I want you looking for any infantry that are going to be leaving where you saw them before, heading west, northwest to go and schwack out.
Perfect wedge, you say? Perfect, huh?
Solid copy.
Like a nice tactical blob you got here, Evan.
Understood. We'll divert north slightly, but we had a large ODA we had to cross.
Yeah, they're worried about this open ground. That's the thing about this eastern side, like large chunks of just open fields, and then they're just trying to bound tree line to tree line.
Yeah, I'm seeing you guys in the south. That is definitely an open field.
Field, open field, field. Efank's on point, Lex Ryan's on point, I'd say. Sort of leading the formation as they zip around the trees. Who's gonna spot who first? Most of the time, it's gonna be the defenders. They're gonna be static. It's easier to spot things when you keep your screen still and you just look for the tiny movements with your eyes rather than moving your mouse around. Who knows? How is blue moving? They're still moving south. This is exactly where Londart's wanted them. Mostly watching the west flank of the Logi. Actually, Logi's mounted up again. They're gonna try and move in for.
Roger, try and figure out a coordinate. We might do that later. One, try and push.
We'll see what happens with the
north with some rocks and foxtrot. Carefully closing yourself to the north to make more room for 4. Do not cross that road to your west. Wait until our mortars are set up.
50 meters, sorry.
1 copy zone.
15.
Did you say there's guys
$10 on red spot.
south of that town in Echo 12?
I'd agree.
A firm.
But who?
At least a fire team.
Which red? Will it be Atomic, Salmon, King Salmon Fish God,
Yeah,
or
he's behind the rock
Frost?
in Echo 1256.
Who does he see? So 12, 5, 6. Okay, he sees like all of 2. Really? Actually, yeah. This is who he sees right here. Mendax behind a rock. Yep. Slump sees him. Can't see him now.
I'm seeing barbed wire. They're getting barbed wire already. It's going to be on the what's that? The northeastern corner of their installation.
Wow, Londarts can see so far.
We have confirmed enemy fob location yet?
It's somewhere in the Bravo 13 grid. It's too far away for me to have a precise location.
Oh, a little too far, but he's in the right area.
I think it is. I'll be able to see where those land and give you a much better call out on it.
Oh, wow.
Looks like we're going to probably have to push through the forest to the east of it first to get to it, but I would like to crush what's ever west of the river first. So that'll be on new bumpers since we start firing mortars. Expect them to start heading to try and stop that.
Out how Blue's position. Like to see some contact here soon. Looks like we're in that final stages of staging. Or the final phase of staging. Got blue 1, blue 2.
What appears to be an AR.
Sorry, blue 1, blue 4. Blue 2 probably needs to fill this in, but blue 4 is going to probably take this over. Yeah. They're about to start crossing the road. This is where it comes. This is where it happens. Gareth and Storm on point. You had said Frost. So blue 3 has spotted. Yeah, blue 3 has spotted blue 2 or red 2. Excuse me. One mortar's out.
Have you guys blow out of there and spread out.
Oh, who are these on? Who got spotted? Probably this fire team. Yep.
Go ahead.
Spotted.
Sandbags are going to be in Delta 3-1 area. I can see them from here.
Roger.
So blue 3 spotted blue 2, but somebody has spotted blue 4 here. Most likely this fire team.
Do you know where they are? Can you see them in front of you?
He has at least a squad layered in an AR in the hills to his northwest north.
Only shots that have been fired this round are mortars. Oh, they're running right in. They have no idea how close they are to contact, and shots fired from Frost. Frost is the one who starts it, and you got it right. Frost getting fired upon, and he's going to have to pull back to the backside of the hill. Alpha Red 2 is falling back, yeah. Alpha Red 2. We'll see what happens with them. Most likely should set up on these rocks and start firing onto them in a crossfire. I don't think they need to fall all the way back.
Yeah, continue opening up on Connex just north of the river.
Ooh, nice frag. Almost takes out Evan.
Echo 13.
And blue 1 starting to shoot at blue or red 2 on the north side of the hill. They got caught out. trying to get into position. Look at that.
334.
Echo 13. Echo 1331.
Karma's in this squad. Where's
Echo
Karma?
1331 here.
Bump. I need to
Son of a-
down to your southwest.
Almost.
Crush whatever that contact is you called out.
Alpha Guido's hurt.
One go ahead and engage that contact. And get his attention while 3 gets on it.
So,
Karma just being a regular grenadier this round. Not taking up any leadership role in Wade Newton's squad, it's like.
Phoenix fire mission. Grid to follow.
Go ahead.
Echo 13, 8, 6, 2
oh, I'm
rounds.
hit. Fucking hit.
Bro, where? You gotta be somewhere else other than that
all of
place.
Echo 13 is gonna be out of my range right now.
Alright, thanks.
I don't think they realize they're being shot from the southwest as well.
Pinch from somewhere. That's an off angle.
Yeah, that is mine.
Oh. Oh! 2 down on mortars. Karma's and Termi go down. Good mortars. Takes out Sue. They need to disperse.
Phoenix Wayne, we're not gonna be able to hold this position if we don't counter mortar them.
Oh, good
If we
mortars.
can land on that mortar bit, that'll stop it.
Took a round right in the neck and then took a mortar right on the dome.
Command 1, breaking contact.
Yeah, Wayne, you need to get out of there. They've got your position dialed in at this point.
Mortars are set up to engage enemy compounder in the Bravo 13.
Alright, send 1.
Single mortar up.
Alright, I heard another mortar. Let's see where those mortars landed. I think this is where he said he was mortaring. He said Bravo 13, right? I don't know where I landed.
What's the plan, man?
Position at the top.
Spreading out the mortars a little bit too much, in my opinion. Wow, Viper's trying to firefight this or fight this out, but he's hurt pretty bad. He's gonna have to bandage and then pull back. Think he'll be okay?
Don't want to get shot up by an AR post up on the hills.
Oh yeah, he doesn't manage his to bandage in time. Viper goes down. E-Fank left alone on the hill. The rest of this fire team needs to pull back. So what's the call here? What would?
Command, we can break down.
Is it to push through contact and move west?
We need to be in range of the Echo 13 grid.
Is it push through contact and risk being flanked from the north and hope 3 can... If this is timed right, 3 can come in on 2, and then 1 and 4 can move west, pushing through contact. Because this is a very light contact on the west, but it is a giant field they gotta move through.
Look up.
I don't really think they have the time to pull back and reevaluate and push in from another direction. I think that's the call. Even though I think the call I would make as command would be to pull back and move around and try and come in from a different direction. Maybe pull back, come in from this direction, and then try and cross the river. We'll see what Londarts does. I would hunker down and wait for blue 3. That's probably the correct call. Hunker down, wait for blue 3. Once blue 3 can come out and neutralize blue or red 2, they can then push through into a lesser enemy force on the east.
That was shooting you north of the river, so 3 can more easily maneuver on them. That would be great.
Gonna hunker down, I think is the call. Listen in local comm, see if anything
Alright,
said.
let me try and correct it for you with a grid.
They got spotters in the peninsula to our west, southwest. We're moving in now straight south to see if we can catch them before they're able to move.
Phoenix, Charlie 13, 5, 8. 1 round.
Alright, 171, 1083.
Wrong chat.
Thank you.
These are the spotters bump is called out. Where they spotted. Oh yeah. Bushy Church and Bag of Joe. Most deadly combo in all of Squad Ops. An automatic rifleman and a set of binoculars. Almost. Nobody gets shot in that. I'm honestly surprised. Church just couldn't get it dialed in time. Justice Grunts should have just kept running. Now he's stuck. Run! Run, Justice Grunts, run! What are you doing? He's gonna try and bandage there? He should have just kept running. Great control of his burst, especially Church there. Very good control. Look how long that fire was, just because he had such short controlled bursts, and with a bipod, it's like laser-like. Bump gets a fire team in the red house, but what's he gonna do from here? I think red is in the better position here with these guys all clumped up in the same red house. We'll see if he can push through this. Oh, so he's gonna mortar this. For them, expression mortars are gonna be sent.
New mortar mission once you've got that last one out.
Ready.
Charlie 1385. And I want
They're
you
in the
to
hills
spread
above
it
us.
east.
Yeah, they're
Great
close above us,
mortars.
the hills have-
Great presence of mind for Baggy Joe to pull his squad out as soon as he heard those mortars go off. He goes, that's gotta be for me. Let me get out of here. Fire team moves out. Counter mortars.
Get down in this one building.
Nope, can't move. Yeah, Bump got his guys in the
Can I get
buildings,
mortars in the hills
and he
straight
can't
south of us?
move out of this.
Clear comms. Alright, we've been giving you orders, get your other fire team across the road, hunker down.
Yeah, man, if Militia has frag RPGs, Blue and Red House is in a bad position. Yeah, they do not have frag RPGs, but an IED here.
Clear out the contact to the south of
I don't know, if you had a scout here, would you think to put the IED?
Command single round out, last location.
Would you think to put an IED on this specific house? Is there an IED in this specific house? I just don't know. No. Like,
approaching this building.
does he think
I want you on the first floor covering the entrance.
approaching this building? He thinks somebody's approaching this building.
Alright, that was short.
Is anyone downstairs?
I am downstairs.
Justice should be downstairs.
Oh,
Yeah,
what a...
Justice got smoked.
Oh,
new
I
order.
don't. FTL does.
For you here, Charlie 13.
Update on kills.
One round.
Okay,
5 kills for the militia, no kills for the Russians as of yet. Getting caught moving so far.
What we need to do is get the fuck out of here. We're in a shit building.
Command recall out the grid, please.
Charlie 1383. Charlie 1383.
Heard, thank you.
So he thinks this is where the mortars are being set up. They're trying to counter battery just off of sound.
Phoenix, need you to dig up those mortars and exfil the mortars north as soon as possible. You've got contact to your east. Just saw a Logi explode.
He got exploded by mortars, Lon, but I like the idea is I mean, correct. Working off of the information he has, there's contact to his east. Get the mortars out of there. Rest of Blue 3 gonna harden up in the buildings, it looks like.
Like Echo 13-2.
Very slow going for the Russians so far.
Roger, hold that line. I don't want them advancing us to the east. That last mortar, by the way, Phoenix, was in their barbed wire.
Excellent.
But you'll need to shift the mortars, and I want you to basically drive back across the bridge, come in around behind Squad 4. 4, you're going to hold there, basically security, until we get the mortar fob set up again behind you. One, if you can cross at speed, as safe as possible to your west, get across the river and clear out that contact south.
Really, he's seen the smoke from these lodges. Both lodges are dead now. But these were just sort of staging lodges. They're just getting there to get into position to get to their start point. Not of real importance for the actual.
Command mortar team exfilling north. Let me know where you want us.
Roger, take a fairly wide berth to the north there.
It was gonna be bad news for the Ruskies. Yeah, it's gonna look pretty tough for.
Alright, seems like those contacts, it's engaged. We're no longer in contact and moving freely in the town at this time. That could change quickly, though.
I suspect they pulled off to try and hit the mortars.
We need to push across the road. We're gonna... Here, one at a time. Or 2 at a time. That works too.
Go.
All right, and another body team. All right, I'm pushing with this guy.
Yeah,
Push with the air.
Good bounding.
Right, there's only 3 of us left. So
The comms aren't good when it comes to the bound, but the bound itself is fine.
Spread out. Okay.
You're not hearing the moving set, just the little phrases that help communication a little bit easier. But the bound itself was good. Getting across that street, pretty
Command,
solid.
just to reiterate, I am crossing east and then
We're
getting
gonna
behind
follow
squad
me.
4.
We're gonna go east over this and push straight
That
east
is
over
correct.
this berm.
Foxtrot 14-9 or thereabouts.
We're gonna trace these.
Someone that Foxtrot
There we go,
following,
yeah,
which
so
should allow you to hit out to the west.
Heard.
Alright, Charlie, let's get spread out here.
Alright, yeah,
So after the initial engagement, 5 kills for the militia, 0 for the Russians. Things have calmed down considerably.
Alright, once we get with Phoenix, and mortars up, he's just going to mortar to your west 4, and you're going to start walking
Getting
to the
mortars
west after the mortars take out all the hilltops you see in front of you.
So they've used 3 or 4.
That if we need it for a final assault, we have some, so let me know when the ammo gets
3 or 4 tubes, I guess, which is about 9 to 12 rounds. I know that doesn't make sense, like, in reality. But yeah, each tube, I guess, before you have to reload the mortar is 3 this game.
1, we're currently sweeping south around this area. These thick wood line over.
I'm following Blue 3 because they're the ones who are most likely going to come into contact. Blue 4 looks like they've hardened up and they're not moving for anything, and they're not moving until this mortars or this Logi gets behind them, get mortars set up, and they start clearing out some contact.
So just don't go north of that.
Any more Logi runs been attempted? I don't believe so.
1 copies.
Yeah, no, they haven't. We'll go check out what they've got built. Just
Yeah,
a
they
minute.
shouldn't have land on you that far east of the street, but we are getting lit up from the peninsula to the west of it. Stay down, use your camo. 1's gonna come in from our south. Get some more spacing though.
Are you gonna let us know when the last murders out we can move?
Get spacing, I want spacing.
We still have like contact to my northern fire teams west.
Roger. So
Alright,
forward
let's
and
check
south
out what
there,
they've built up.
frame 1 to sweep out that peninsula.
So, an idea of how many build points the militia start with. They start with 2 full Logis with whatever build points they want, or whatever split they want, whether it be 1500, 1500, or extra there. They get 2 full Logi trucks, and then they have a Logi Techie, which they can do Logi runs with. Looks like it's still full, unless they got rid of that animation.
West. They skyline the hill, Wayne.
Yeah, Bump, be advised,
Nice
we're gonna see if we
little-
can move to get movement
like
on the
it.
contacts
I
here,
like
guys,
it.
and put rounds
Grenade sandbags, that way aren't gonna die easy from grenade. These are in pretty tactical positions. I like it. I like it. Not bad. We'll see if it pays off for them. Right now, they're holding the Russians off at, you know, twice the arm's length, basically. Super far back, and they're scared to move even close enough to use that. Red smoke. GL smoke. That was from the Russians.
Eyes on hill.
Mendax got spotted. Same with Salt's crits. No, Mendax was the one who got.
Command me advised, passenger in my Logi says he thinks he saw someone in the Hotel 12 Rocks, Hotel 1288.
Hotel 1288.
Yeah, no confirmation. We were going by real quick.
Nope.
Alright, that's to my south. Alright, copy. They're a long way away if they're there.
That's just the nerves getting to that passenger. He hasn't seen actual contact yet, and he is scared to death.
Alright, Phoenix, that's a good spot to get set up. Key thing is to make sure you can hit all the
Move
way out.
faster. Get into position. I am impatient. These guys are moving as fast as they can, though. They're just not. You don't want to get mowed down. Just running freely, not bounding, not communicating. Look at that. Look at this combo. This is the combo here.
I don't have tracers, so I can't really help.
Swing around your north side. It's too dangerous for us to push south through open area.
Solid copy. It's just as exposed up there in the north. But
3, where did you see the contact to your west?
Hold comms. 2, you know there's contacts about 50, 100 meters to our west.
I don't see much from this position. He's looking there, I believe. Can't really see him. He's behind the hill. Yeah, he's behind that hill.
You have contact to your southwest. Grid's
Crazy how not knowing where contact is makes you start assuming where it is. I've seen shadow people in the night. Getting paranoid. Seeing everything in the shadows.
Mortars are coming up now.
Roger.
Mortar should be back online for the militia.
Okay, 2 mortar coordinates to your west.
1, that was your old buzz, over. They had eyes on you.
2, I suspect they're holed up in Echo 1329.
Go 13.
1,
2.
we're gonna east back into the lowland. I don't know how you got spotted, but that means we are too as well. Most likely.
Bump, I need to try and get some sort of fire superiority over there.
There's no fire spirit to be had if we're not engaging contacts or we're not taking contact. Over.
3-1, we got guys to your friendlies to your north, moving through open areas right now through the village break. If you have any contacts or you suspected contacts, I suggest you put controlled rounds to the west, please.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm seeing a squad leader running away. He's on the...
Alright, we're gonna wait here for Bogey, and then we're just gonna push this fucking hilltop, okay?
Alright, I'll get settled over to you, right?
Shot. They're in
Yeah,
the
go
other tree line
a little
just
bit.
to our west, Delta 1494.
Alright,
See
I'm
what I
on
mean?
your left.
Delta
Okay, when lights get
1494.
set, we're gonna like slowly engulf this, alright?
Alright, Phoenix. Want mortar mission starting at Delta 1491, spreading north.
Listening into the comms, seeing
Hey,
what
Wayne,
is going on as
almost
far as
straight south of
commands.
your current location. Last I saw, we engaged him and he probably pulled back.
Phoenix, do you copy?
Delta 1491, spreading north, solid.
So Evan and Boogeyman pushing 2 contact right now. Rainman set up, ready to move, or ready to fire. Possibly Skeptic, I can't tell from the angle. But Rainman 100% looking this way.
Enemy mortars are landing on the rocks and box.
I swear they're fucking out of trees here.
B12.
The trees. There are more trees. More underbrush. I feel like they've added like more like small brushes and things in V12. Sort of add some concealment at least to this to the ground, because it used to be just nothing but trees. You went prone not by a tree or something, you were just dead. Here now they've got fallen over logs, you've got rocks, you've got bushes. Contact. See him. Nice. Look at that. Nice little stump.
Where?
They're proned out. They're proned out. Like 210 for my pop.
Yeah, he's moving southwest, left or right.
2, did you pop some smoke behind us?
Nice shot onto Skeptic. Didn't get the kill. Finally gets the kill. Rainman goes down to Evan SFA, possibly Lex Ryan. Good little engagement. These guys got caught with their pants down and they're running now. Alpha Guido running. Salt Crit's running towards the fire. Trying to get around. No, he's going to pull back. There's no way he's going to live through that.
Charlie saying really accurate.
You guys are just going to turn tail and run. That's probably the best call. They got caught. Red, yeah, Red 2 got caught. They're going to move pull back. Only 2 casualties in the engagement, so not all is lost, but they definitely came out the worst for wear in that fight. Let's see if they manage to get out. Go check out these guys, and then we'll come back to the firefight just to make sure we're keeping eyes on.
Delta 12.
Not much is going to happen over here. Well, actually, people got shot over here. Did they get mortared? These are mortars? We'll see.
I'm having my northern fire team start push. We're getting pushed back here. We need to get aggressive.
That's right, Revy. Need to get aggressive. They've been static for too long.
3-1 urgent.
Good mortars.
I need you to either north or south because I need you to try to move around me.
Yeah, solid copy. We're this peninsula is a bitch. They've got all the high ground on the south.
Then take it north in.
Yeah, copy.
Bump, are you saying they have ownership of the rocks in Echo 1379 or in Delta
Affirm.
1233?
They've got all the high ground. Pretty much that entire southern half of the peninsula at the end of Wayne's guys is their territory. We don't have exact grids for them.
Alright, Phoenix.
They're mortar.
Ooh, Wayne almost gets taken out by a mortar. He's the squad lead, really in charge of this element here. Oh, it's getting closer. Getting closer, Wayne. What are you doing? The madman. He's just sitting here, surrounded by it. He's thinking this mortars aren't gonna strike the same place twice. Ooh, I'd have turned tail and run and gotten hit by that second mortar. Almost 100%.
We're getting ripped up by mortars and small arms fire.
Affirm. We're all streaking.
Right, you're good to go straight to
Phoenix Wayne, urgent.
Go ahead.
Grid Echo 12-1. 3 rounds HE, west to east, 50 meter dispersion.
Heard.
That was amazing right there. That was actually a really quality mortar calling right there.
Fucking tree people. Not even sure where I'm being hit from at this time. Over.
Right, medic, we're crawling south.
Yep.
Good mortars.
Phoenix Wayne, good mortars, mortars.
Not our mortars. Your mortar is only going out now.
Well, they just mortared themselves, I think. Or were they my mortars like before Phoenix that just landed? They were good.
I'm engaging one of their slaughters. He's on one of the most southern hills. Stand by for grid. He's supposed to have
Mortars that just landed between the Delta 12 rocks.
Echo 1387.
Ooh, Evan goes down.
What appears to be a squad leader.
Lima Bean goes down. So the enemy mortars take out Evan. Friendly mortars take out Lima Bean. Yeah, there's mortars going back and forth. This whole peninsula is a fucking battleground right now. Wish I could maintain those types of comms in regular pugs, right?
Landing all over that peninsula. Echo 12-1, Echo 12-2.
Alright, as they land 1-3,
Yeah.
I need you to push
Comms by Wayne are really good. Ever since like Wayne was a fire team lead, I was super impressed by his comms. He's got very good comm discipline. They're moving.
13, 8, 7,
Now they need to get aggressive underneath them. That's how these mortars should work. You move underneath them. Like as soon as the mortars land, you get them moving different areas in advance. Yeah, move. As soon as they landed, they should have started moving. The rest of these guys looks like Alpha is going to pull his fire team back. They've done their job. They've held them up long enough. 3 kills for the Russians, 8 kills for the militia, maintaining that 5-kill advantage. And they just need to move.
Mortars up and ready to go from the grids.
Yeah, copy. We're standing by. Once it lands, we're gonna put.
4. Need you to get eyes and give me coordinates to your west so that you can advance west.
We're taking active mortar fire.
One, hold back mortars on the land on that hilltop. To your south.
Ooh.
We're storming the hilltop at this time, over.
Set.
Copy. Still bounding up, just go tree by tree right now. Hey, medic, as you get smoke, start tossing smoke out in front of us if you got it right now.
I'm not. I'm just getting up to the side of the hill.
Mortar
So,
hits 400 rounds.
most of these casualties look like they've come from
Roger, I don't want to waste it all just taking this hill.
Wayne Newton's squad.
4.
Command, we either have to start pressing the assault.
White smoke out.
Revy, click on.
Go ahead.
Alright. Where did you see the contact out to the west? I need to mortar it and then push smoke, and then you and 2 are going to push to the west on that smoke.
Expect mortars on us. We gotta move quickly. Move
Okay, command. So I took fire from the rocks that 1 and 3 is clearing. I was taking accurate mortar fire where I was just set up to the west. I haven't seen any contacts to my far west in about 5 minutes.
Expect bush people. Expect tree people. We're fighting the Viet Cong here.
Roger.
Fighting the Viet Cong here. People are gonna hide in these bushes and just wait.
Looking south, southwest, and west. Make sure you got some sort of northern security 1 and 3. Let me know when you're set. Once you're set, mortars will go out from 2 to the west of 4. There'll be smoke mortars in the Delta.
Update on ammo. Let's see. Only 863 ammo points left. If they want to save anything for those MGs, They have to be conscious about how many shots they have or they want to fire. Right now they've got.
All right, mortar's going out. Wayne, make sure you're spread as well.
24 shots, I believe. About 24 shots. Less than that now that they're firing the dish gun. They're gonna have to reload that thing.
We're gonna stand by till the mortars splash.
But about 25 more, about 20 to 25 more mortars left for the militia. Wasn't too far. Looks like some red is pushing the south. Are some red push? Ooh, you're right. Getting real aggressive with this push on the south. They know they're not going to want to push through this open field, so look at their positioning here. This is the Bush boys they were worried about. They're worried about it over there in the peninsula, but look at this.
Early 1392, from what I can tell.
It is weight.
Dishka's north of that.
Charlie 1392. The mortar would that we had landed.
If they're watching this, guys, it's King Salmon Fish God and Hellcool. This is going to be the main point of contention here on the east. Not an NSA Spy and Trident on the north, all on the south part of the map, but on the north part of this area. And they've got a pretty good hold here.
Command 1.
And look at the fire coming in from the main compound.
Leave me strong to Peninsula break. We've got spotters directly west of us across the river. They got good eyes on us and they're still walking those rounds in.
Waiting.
Somebody else goes down. 2 go down. What am I missing?
Repeat last.
What grid?
Actually, no, I think only 1 went down.
Estimate
2 rounds, Delta 1219.
Confirmed.
Ooh, Hero almost goes down to these mortars. These mortars have been walked in. 11 kills for the militia. Most of them mortars. They're running low. Let's see, who's doing the mortar? Freebird's doing the mortars, I believe. Like he's got 5 kills so far. Possibly one TK. I think that's what that is.
3-8 south. Get your squad and 4 squad ready to push south.
Heard.
Should you really be shooting right now? Bad shots. Grace is working both ways though. Guessing man able to return fire relatively accurately. Those tracers just hanging the ground around
Medic,
Guessing
I'm
man.
continuing to engage contacts at 261.
So this is no revives and no revives. As soon as you go down with that electric symbol, you are out. The medic can heal you to full if you manage to bandage in time, but that is basically all they can do.
Alright, their little sandbag fort is in Charlie 13.
Reloading.
Just behind you.
Charlie 1368.
And then moving north.
Thanks,
from
brother.
There,
Hero.
Dishka's Charlie
Little
1367.
east, but
from what I
that's
can
fine.
tell. Sitting up in the sandbag fort.
Roger.
Wayne is so just unfazed by the shots, just being in the dirt around him.
Once they go out, I need you guys getting some ground and getting up level with 1 and 3 best you can.
Oh, these mortars are gonna land on Wayne.
4. I'm gonna get my guys online with you if you want to start slow pushing 1.
Yeah, let's get those mortars out now. We can go.
463, so about 12 more.
Shoot up a mortar fire, guys.
12 more mortars they have.
Get those
That's
mortars out to the west.
if they don't want to fire their MGs at all. It just seems to be falling back. I don't know why the militia is falling back like that. Western of the anybody on the west is now falling back correctly, but I don't know why. It looked like these guys are falling back. I guess they're not. Oh no, Wayne Newton went down to a mortar.
Down. My squad's currently just kind of hiding in the nooks on the rocks.
So, Hero and Wayne's job, both of their squads were supposed to be a base of fire here. Bond Arts was talking about getting fire superiority from this position.
You got infantry like prone down, pretty much about 3 to 400 meters straight west of you, looking towards that.
Light them up. Light them up.
Oh, pretty much right where the smoke lands, just west of where that smoke landed.
Light them up.
I can't effectively hit them. They're out of my engaging range. I'm out of ARs. Actually, I do have an
Shoot
AR.
over their heads. Engage them.
Shoot them. Do what your job is to do, is be a base of fire. You don't have to actually hit them. It's a tough concept for some people, and it takes more like the more people realize how important being like suppression is, the more important like they'll realize like it seems to be a common occurrence right now. Like you have to suppress even if you can't see. If you're shooting in the general area saying, hey, I know you're there, just keep your head down or you will die, is enough for the rest of the platoon to move. It's okay if you die. It's what happens when you shoot. You die. But if you die and your platoon can do something about it, or you know, make your death worthwhile, then that is okay.
7 in the surrounding grid squares, is that in your range, motor team?
Your direct hits on your head feels bad, man. Unfortunate. Yeah, these mortars have been pretty on point. Freebird up to 7 kills for the platoon. So, only one kill for the Russians as far as mortars go. Half the kills have been mortars.
Should be.
It is, yep.
Alright, if it is nail that side, that is where addition is, and it's cutting, looking straight west down, or straight east down the river and down on opposite.
Bump. Charlie 1367 Phoenix.
Heard, thank you.
We lost another guy, dude.
4, you were able to get a base of fire to the west so that 2 can move underneath you.
Alright, stay here.
I noticed that you guys really didn't move much on that smoke.
Hey,
Still moving.
Yeah, we got a big open field to our west that we're trying to cross. They have ARs in the tree line to our west.
Can't tell.
Roger, we just dropped back so you could cross it.
The smoke didn't cover everything.
Alright, so you're just telling us that now. Okay, so
pull back,
we didn't
you
smoke
get
need
shot
to
back.
land so you could cross that open field.
We have our medic though.
To be honest, command, I didn't even see the smokes anywhere in the field.
I'm alive.
Roger.
I'm continuing my push here through some deflate. I've got a buddy team on Overwatch. We're gonna move west, see where far we can go.
Don't try and sneak up there. Use a base of fire and move by fire.
You're not gonna make it across the field alive.
And smoke mortars so you can get across those sections of field, and we can put down a base of fire so you can do it.
Yeah, I think that it's the fire superiority that is what they need. It's not so much the smokes. It's just pinging the dirt, hitting around the general area. Like all of these positions have been called out. These guys, maybe not. King Sam, Fish God, Frost, Atomic Pete, Sugarheart, and Hellcool probably have been called out. But not necessarily Spy, Trident, they've been called out. Adam and Black Hat, they've been called out. Shoot at them. Tag those locations. Say, hey, we know you're there. If you peek, you're dead. Don't do it. And then you're able to move under under said base of fire. To maintain that fire superiority. SevV can try and move up along the south side of the map.
We're gonna make it as hard as possible for them to see us.
Map part is hard to attack because of so much open space. It is true. It's not an easy push for the Russians, and it's not necessarily supposed to be easy. It's more.
Phoenix.
How do you like? How would you do this? Is more really like it. We understand it. It's hard. It's not all of our ops. Most of our ops are not a 50-50. You know, it can go either way. Most of the time they're defender sided. Sometimes they're attacker sided, and it just depends on the op and the situation.
Field, by the way, it's just a change in ground.
Close they are. Look how close they are. And it's how do you make these odds in your favor? You know it's slanted your way. Sugar's not looking. Sugarheart is not looking and goes down to SevV. SevV goes down in return. Counterfrag by a Tonk Peach, possibly Helicool. Godzilla Pro Python gonna hit the dirt and start laying down fire into Frost and King Salmon Fish God.
A4 on the other side of that rock, there was a guy. I don't know if he's still there.
Frag out. 2 frags out on the Godzilla Pro and Pipe Funk. Hopefully, ooh. Tags 1.
Oh, you
tags 2. Frag that went out has to forces a Tonk Peach and Helicool to bandage. Those 2 are gonna have to fall back though. Push on the north. L2.
Damn, they are accurate.
I have no idea. Hey, Axel, you're way too close to your. Oh, you're healing.
Oh man, this This is
Always been an attacking side because I'm not reading which side was attacking, which side was defending. Well, you play both sides. So we play 2 rounds every session. So if you play attackers one time, you'll play defenders the next.
Get them to mortar you again. I need you to get their attention off 2 and 4.
Oh. Yeah, they're pulling back from 2 and 4. They're falling back west.
northwest and my south.
Roger, that's to the west of your guys.
Or do we have?
Update on kills: 6 for the Russians, 15 for the militia, maintaining that slight kill lead.
Or sorry, at least a squad.
Break,
falling back.
break.
Squad just go ahead.
Get your guys shooting West Phoenix and your guys shooting South Revy. And then Phoenix blows mortars on them as they fall back to the west. And that location I called out Delta 4.
It almost sounds, not in a bad way, but it almost sounds like a broken record from Bondarts. Just start firing, start shooting your guns.
You called out to your south so that 2 can move to their west.
Start shooting and pinning these guys.
They're popping smokes to the south.
Shoot through the smoke, shoot the hilltop. Shoot over the hill slightly so the bullets arc over. Like, there are things you can be doing even if you can't exactly see them.
Delta 4.
Revy, if you could shoot at the smoke, just put suppression on them, make them want to fall back to the west. I want them running into the mortars.
Yeah, anyway, I'll stay on the Russians for both times, just generally because these guys are gonna have the slightly better comms, having to maneuver around and whatnot. Whereas red team can sort of sit for most of the round, being the defenders. Go behind this hill.
Alright, Roger, take it easy. We do still have
Yeah, they can't see us. They're both below the hill now. Don't engage them. All 3 of them are over the hill now. They can't see us. We can see them, thankfully. We have a pair of binos.
Last stop I was in, I was the
14, 6, 7, if you want to spot that.
one Sunday. I literally died when the game ended.
Position. Go ahead and drop 2 more. Spread them to the west of your last
I mean,
mark.
sometimes you die first, sometimes you die last. I remember my first stop, I was like the second person dead because I charged. I was bounding forward with a buddy and we just happened to get caught out. It was very unfortunate, but I mean, couple sessions later, you know, second to last alive, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Somebody's got to die first.
Squad 3, you take any fire.
There they go. Keep up this fire. Allow the rest of these guys to move. As these guys are fired, Blackbeard and Godzilla Pro should be moving.
Excellent.
I can cover you guys while you push up.
There they go.
Probably have mortars going on at us. Stand by to know if they're ours or for us.
Shoot and move. Shoot and move. If you need to reposition, do it.
Ooh. It's right near Pipe Funk.
Yeah, right now we're in the safest position we can be on the peninsula. 55. No other good locations.
How do you guys enforce the graphics rules? You can have we have tournament settings on. It's a minimum of and the only thing we really enforce are view distance and what was the other one? There's one other thing where you can't join the server unless you're like it senses that you're at that graphical setting. View distance and foliage. Maybe foliage? It's view distance for sure. It's like a minimum of high on view distance.
Alright, we're moving now. We've been stationary.
Yeah, if you have the minimum, you're allowed in, or like it'll allow you into the server. Minimum or higher. Like I have everything on the highest setting, I believe. Yeah, epic on everything except view distance. So.
I've got a maneuvering.
I'm gonna smoke this and try to move up a little bit farther.
It's at least a squad.
Roger, them up.
Shoot them.
We're gonna guerrilla war for them.
Or get to this ridge up ahead.
Hold on, what we might be able to do
if you can drop the rest of your
is if we can go northeast, we can wrap behind them and then just cross the river if we want. That's what we can do.
Or we kill them.
Ready, Charlie 13, 8.
Yeah, I
spread them around.
It was an armed squad. They had rats in the works.
Stop pushing to the west of the
let's see if we can get in position to engage them.
Charlie 13.
No, not likely. We didn't kill too many. I don't think.
Correct.
We probably have killed almost nobody.
Everything medium and except view distance, which can be high or epic. Okay, Cyclone knows.
How many people are okay?
Alright, follow me.
So they spotted this squad, Red 4 here on the northwest. Red 2 getting re-aggressive, realizing they can push back out. They're gonna retake the hill. And they're super aggressive with their movements. This is a very, very wide and aggressive defense. I guess the best offense is, I guess the best defense is a good offense, right? I think all the Bravo Fire team died in Bump Squad. Maybe. Bump's looking rough. Same with 1. 1 is all but wiped out. Bump, same story. The only real full fire team is Phoenix's squad. Alex 5000 shooting south. Assault crits, go for them. Go for the knife. Go for the knife. Nope, he's gonna shoot at Alex 5000. Alex 5000 goes down. I would have gone for the knife. Pushing through this field, Blue Axle. Man, look at this. Crawling through the field. Alpha Guido. Gonna see Blue Axle. Blue Axle goes down. Easy kill for Blue Axle. Or easy kill for Alpha Guido.
Yeah, they were moving to our old position. They were smoking south. We're just gonna kind of play games with them.
Command orders advance. 2 smokes
6
west of my spot.
kills for the Russians, 21 for the militia.
Compound. We have 2 guys left in this truck, and I have 5 guys in the field.
Roger, go ahead and join up me. I got contact immediately to my west.
We're gonna keep
Try and
going
get you
north.
guys to move. Phoenix has been sitting there for a little while.
We're gonna go north around them. We're gonna play games with them. We're playing guerrilla right now.
Oh, that was a good mortar, by the way. Phoenix, if you can
Numbers went up fast. Yep, they're trying. It's what happens when you're aggressive. The thing is, when you're losing so many guys, you just got to keep moving. You got to keep the pressure on.
Command, apologies.
Because if you
squad cams are chaos. Repeat last.
If you try and pull back and reevaluate the situation with this low of guys, you're just never gonna make any kind of progress. They just got to sort of power through and hope they can make any kind of pressure. I don't think it's really gonna work out for them. And where did it really fall apart is what happened. The mortars were a big factor. 7 kills for Freebird on the mortars. That was huge. Who else? 9 kills for 9 NSA spot, or not? Is the fire team lead. Who's the squad lead? Jugheart was the squad lead. So 9 kills for them. These are the guys in the south.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it was really mortars here,
We have a
and
couple
then this squad
options here.
really
We kinda played
holding.
a little guerrilla warfare with them, hit them, and then we moved around. Would you like us to? It looks like that was the element on the peninsula. Would you like us to just go west,
I'm
try
getting
and cross the river, or
suppressed.
do you want us
I'm
to go
getting
south?
suppressed. I'm being suppressed from your south at the moment.
Copy. Yeah, they overtook our position.
Mortars in the field debacle. Yeah. Do you? So what would you guys do? Would you split your platoon? Because this is what he did. He put a platoon on either end of this field. You see the bodies. You got them on the left and the right hand side. Do you put all your platoon on the south and sort of bottleneck them, or do you try for this parallel assault through the tree lines? All of this,
Yeah, good shot.
hoping that the squads here, Bump and Wayne, had managed to clear this out without too many casualties. That's assuming this was clear.
Command, we are now suppressed on this hill.
They just got the fire superiority. That's it. Fire superiority. The militia have just more guys, more guns. You're really not going to be able to overwhelm them at this point. Oh, and Londarts gets killed by a flurry of shots from Guessing Man, I want to say. Yeah, I believe it was Guessing Man.
Alright, command just got down. I'm in command. Bump, when possible, cut southwest. You're going to be attacking that compound from the north. Looks like that's already your plan, so go ahead and continue.
Oh, I just got hit.
Copy. Yeah, we're currently breaking contact.
I think they know we're here, everyone.
I'm getting hit from the southwest. We gotta get out of here. I'm pulling back.
Oh no, Phoenix is gonna go down here too. Look who's looking at him. King Sam, Fish God, and Frost looking right at him.
I think that's our direct west or our northwest. Nope, scratch list. I have contact 2, 3, 4 from my pods. Come to me right now.
Get him moving.
Kind of exposed up there.
I'm exposed. I feel okay.
I was taking shots from the southwest.
I'll just had the good call-outs, I assume, and acted on the mortars.
At the patch up, I got
these boys see me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get hit. Yep. Oof.
Oh, I'm gonna go down.
Airborne. Tagged goes down. Phoenix. All alone here.
Alright, we're moving a little bit more. Phoenix, are you still around?
Hey, from.
Yeah, we're trying to get across as quickly as possible without getting chopped down, so we're moving just slightly more west than cutting straight south.
3, how much contact are you taking up there right now?
We've disengaged them, but at least a fire team to a squad-sized element on that peninsula that we were occupying earlier to your north.
Heard, to my north. Alright, if I pull my guys out east, have them load up in this lodgy, and join you and attack this compound from the north, is that gonna work?
Very possible, yes. My squad would pull a little more west though, so we can have a better rally point, but yeah, it could work. They've pulled the element off the peninsula here straight south.
Very distinct movement.
We're falling back. Everybody pull east. Fall out of this fucking space.
Right,
Psycho, you're going to be risk security. I'm going to get my squad out and we'll fall back to us.
Yep, yes sir.
Alright, copy. We're going to stand by here if all of us stand by.
Good call on Blackbeard. Maintaining their rear security, making sure they're not going to get run up on as they're trying to run. They're going to mount up in that lodgy and get out of there. As soon as they get far back enough, I hope they call Psycho Nut before he's left out alone here to die.
Full black with us now.
There you go. Good call. And they're just going to move, break contact, and get out of there.
SWAT 2, you guys are going to need to get aggressive. All SWAT, you're going to need to get aggressive.
Solid copy. We just gotta get them. Let's get this over. It's been an hour.
This should be faster than having him stall out.
Yeah, I was checking my phone. I'm like, man, we've been on this.
Yeah,
side
my squad
a
is just gonna get
long-
full
really
on the other
long
side of the
time.
river. I'm just running along.
Oh, they're southeast. I see it.
Just keep going.
Well, they had no idea they were here.
They're on the Ragos to your east. If I go down, I go down. But
Heard, bump to your east.
I know they're leaving Blackbeard behind.
Heard, continue to take the compound to your southwest, get aggressive.
Roger, we're about to go down here. We're taking very effective fire.
Keep moving, just keep running.
Northeast, right?
Don't stuck. Just keep going. Keep going. You got it.
Who else is left?
Hero went down. No, Hero's still alive. This has been an hour, but these events should take a long time. Our ideal op length is about an hour 15 to an hour and a half. Hour and a half really gets pushing it, and we're nearing about an hour 20 minutes since the op since the op started.
Command, where do you want my squad heading to?
And Hero's just... Oh no, the full platoon... Okay. Phoenix has gone down. Looks like they tried to move the lodgy a little bit closer. It went down to some fire. Yeah, they tried to skirt the edge of here and just get as close as they could before having to dismount. Only people remaining Blackbeard Psychopath.
Yeah, and what's it called? 3 and the guy across the river. It's just us 4.
Okay, copy that. We don't have command, so we can't actually. Okay, I mean this is fucked, dude.
So this is a suicide mission.
Oh no! Blackbeard goes down. It's the position. It's such aggressive defense by Dwarf. They didn't stand a chance. Siphonut goes down. Russian imagery indicates militia Bob. C-1367. I'm just trying to get these guys moved. Don't move north. Don't move. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go try and go towards the contact. Flicker Liberal Pun to Jnar. Gonna push Hero. Laying down fire. Update on kills 8 for the Russians, 31 for the militia. They just this defense from the militia was just on point. The way they constantly maneuvered around and kept the Russians on the back foot was great. The Russians just weren't able to sort of get their bearings and figure out how they should be approaching these this objective. They tried to get mortars dialed in. The mortars just never got where they needed to. They tried to get a base of fire, but the base of fire just never fired. And when they did, they didn't fire with enough. That's the thing with the base of fire. If it's a measly base of fire of like 2 guys shooting, it's easy. Just pick off the 2 guys. But if you get a full squad online, just throwing lead down range, they can't shoot everybody. They can't see everybody, and they can't anything because there's so much rounds going at you. That's fire superiority right there. But they tried to get a fire superiority with like an AR and a rifleman and things like that, and it wasn't enough to overwhelm them and make them feel too unsafe to fire. This push by Flicker Jmar Liberal Pundit is just crazy. Jmar Flicker go down. Liberal Pundit gonna try and hold. Liberal Pundit goes down. Where's Hero? Hero's not long for this world. They're probably going to call it before Hero gets into any kind of contact, I would say. But overall, 8 kills for the Russians, 34 for the militia. Militia holding pretty handedly. Very wide defense. And you can respect a defense like that. They had guys on the west, guys on the east, guys on the northeast, and one guy proper. And they just sort of just floated around constantly. They finally pulled these guys out. These guys were on the west probably for longer than they needed to be. And they finally pulled them back and got them in the fight. It's probably Mr. Moneyman's squad. Has Mr. Moneyman's got a full squad? Yeah. But his guys were the guys who were unlucky enough to be on this west flank, almost 600 meters away from an objective. Wait, here's a GL? I thought he was an AR that he was firing. Alright, Hero.
Okay, rip. Shoot me! Who's this dude in the window?
What is going on?
These guys are bad!
I see him coming in. Hero goes down. Alright, and that is it for the Russians, I believe. Yep, GG for the Russians. Just never managed to get their bearings and really get a solid push going. We're gonna go ahead and swap sides. Russians will play militia, militia will play Russian, and we'll see how these guys tackle their opposing objectives. And
hey, somehow I got a kill.
We'll see what happens. What do you guys think happened with the Russians? What do you think they could have done better?
That's cool.
And is there anything the militia could have done better? They had a really solid defense. Their mortars, man, and that's Dwarf. Dwarf knows how to use his mortars. He knows how to guide in his mortars, and we'll hear him as he uses his mortars for the Russians this time. They yeah, and Phoenix does too. Phoenix is pretty solid with the mortar calculator. It's just I think that they differ in ways that they dial in their mortars, and I like the way Dwarf dials in his mortars, whereas Phoenix is all about give me the exact grid you need and I will put it in that exact grid, where Dwarf can say, you know, adjust it so many degrees right and move it out so many degrees, and it's so much easier to understand as the guy running the mortars. It's so easy to guide them in, and it's much quicker too. Same like if you listen to Karma's mortars videos where he's like, go right 2 degrees and drop 10 milliradians. It's so much easier than, alright, that grid wasn't correct. Let me give you a new grid. Go ahead and put this grid in, and then go ahead and adjust that way. I just don't think you'll get that fine adjustment that you need when you really need to guide in mortar, because there's no way you're 100% gonna get their exact grid on the first time and then realize that's not correct and give them a new grid and hope that is correct. I don't know. That's just the way I see it. I think, like you said, having a squad of 600 meters west wasn't necessary. Yeah, it wasn't necessary, but they didn't know which direction they were coming in from. But maybe Dwarf should have recognized that a majority of the push was coming from the east and pulled those guys and got them in the fight a little bit sooner. The militia had mortars, their positioning, and used their intel better than the rest. Oh, I agree with that. Go ahead and swap sides. Gonna be on the Russians.
Wants to be the mortar squad.
Yeah.
Not it. Yeah, Money Man's on it.
Yeah. He says not it on the mortar squad because he wants to get in this fight.
Well, didn't you? Or wasn't it just you and your little buddy on mortars last time?
Yeah, but we're defending. We need platoon mortars. And platoon mortars off your team.
Ah.
I think I've got time. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over who is leading this, leading the platoons and what their objectives are. So for the Russian team, we have platoon lead Dwarf with his squad leads Moneyman, Alpha Guido, Total War HQ, and Sugarheart. For the militia team, we have platoon lead Londarts with his squad leads Revy, Bump, Wayne Newton, and Phoenix. So as you saw, the platoon leads are fine. I don't think the platoon leads was a problem for the Russians last time. It really comes down to the squad leads and how they lead their individual squads. And they've got some standout guys. They got Wayne Newton, they got Phoenix, Alpha Guido, got some pretty good squad leads on both sides, and it's going to be their positioning and how these individual guys decide to tackle the problems that the platoon lead gives them.
Other two squads will be holding fast. Back here.
They're talking about their objective, where they're going to assault from. This peninsula is generally a key. This op is 2 years old. This is a very key position to hold, and looks like he's going to.
Yeah, go ahead. Guido will take the helmet mark. The other two squads holding back will be in reserve.
So this operation, what is it? What is the objective, and what do these guys have to do? Well, I just repeated the same thing like 3 times. So for the Russians, the situation reads as: Command has assigned your platoon a new mission. Your mission is to sweep an area, locate a resistance camp, and eliminate all resistance you encounter. Bringing up the map. Resistance area is marked on the south. It is basically from like B13 all the way to like G13 or H13, somewhere in this area. But this entire south side of the river, they can be anywhere. Any spots open, Boxy Aircon? I believe so. Hop in a pre-op and they'll be able to drag you. Yeah, there's a couple spots. So, that's what the mission, Russian objective is. Take out the resistance. Militia forces.
Right there.
After the struggle of defending our homes in Desna, Akim, and Soloniki, the leaders of the revolt have now understood the relenting nature of the Russian ground forces. Leadership has decided to start building small resistance camps throughout the Gorodok forest in hopes of stockpiling men and weapons out of sight and harm's way of the ever-increasing Russian presence. So Russian forces are trying to, militia forces are trying to build up their forces in the woods south of the Gorodok, in the south part of Gorodok in the forest. That's sort of the mindset that these guys will be going. So is the militia in a different spot this time? The militia can be in a different spot this time. Most likely will be in a different spot this time. That's just generally how we like it. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna be on the east. Let's go check out where they're gonna be. They can choose anywhere in the resistance area.
What? We're looking for 748. I hate to do this to you, but it's already 10:30 for some people, so if you could try and be a little more aggressive this round.
I'm gonna be I will.
Okay, thank you.
Alright. This is the, looks like this is the area they're gonna want to set up from. I don't hate it. He's gonna use the hilltops to their advantage and sort of use the natural fields that they were having so much trouble crossing as a barrier for anybody trying to push them from the northeast and the northwest. when they use this hill, this is some open ground they've got to run through. Projected start time is 48, so about 6 minutes or so.
I want each squad to have one rifleman, or at least one guy with ammo back.
This for PS4 too? Sadly, no. This is they're most likely not going to release it on console, at least for the foreseeable future. I'm fairly certain they want to finish the game first for PC before they even think about any kind of console releases. I'm not sure of the work that goes into making a PC game console ready, but there's just so much in Squad. I don't think they're gonna do it for a little bit.
Our Total War GL. I gave D-Man
Getting guys spawned in.
GL. So we have one more.
I like the area. It's not bad. They're gonna as I said, they're gonna use these natural tree lines to their advantage and make sure they're not able to push any push effectively from any sort of direction. So this is the mission. They're gonna build up here. They can do logi runs, and Russians need to attack them. What will they have to? You have to port the entire code to something the US can.
I'll do a quick brief, and then you guys can dabble with them.
Wait. PS4 can use, yeah. Interesting.
Missed the plan. Where am I going?
You're going to the vehicle.
Not an easy task. I wouldn't assume so.
I am heading to
The road's loading for anyone else? That's just me.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go over assets at least for the Russians while they get ready for their platoon brief. Russian assets per squad: 1 squad lead, 2 fire team leads, 2 automatic riflemen, and 1 medic. The platoon armory, which the platoon lead can deal out as he sees fit, are 2 medium machine guns, 4 grenadiers, and 4 RPG-7s. They also get a platoon mortar with 1 logistics trucks with 1.5k ammo, 1.5k build. Militia assets: 1 squad lead, 2 fire team leads, 2 automatic riflemen, 1 light anti-tank kit, and 1 medic per squad. Also 2 scouts for their platoon armory.
Long. I'm sorry about that. But you guys did everything you're supposed to do. We only lost 9 people or 8 people, so that was fantastic job staying alive. This round we're gonna be much more aggressive than they were. We're gonna move east. Starting with Alpha Guido Squad. Alpha Guido Squad is gonna basically around the horn, come down, set up here. Same time, Squad 4 is going to set up on the vehicle mark here. They're going to get eyes for us on both the west and south side of the river, and the south and east side, respectively. Squad 1 is going to take a platoon mortars. The mortar guys are going to be on the mortar mark in that compound. The rest of their squad is going to be in reserve on the fob mark, waiting for the go and where to push. Opposite them will be Total War. Total War Squad is the India mark, once again, reserve force. Once we figure out where the enemy is, we're going to hit him hard in that spot. Slam mortars, HE and smoke, and then we're going to just rush location. I don't want to waste everyone's time tonight. It's already getting long. We're going to use, in Karma's words, aggression. Going to be quick, we're going to be fast. You know, we're going to not let up on these guys. So if you think you're getting bogged down, just use everything you can to just keep going. Chain of command, same as before. Are there any questions? Alright, squad leaders, all yours.
Alright, gonna break these guys out, get them any final details live in about 2 minutes.
Break.
Good brief. Maintain the aggression. That is key to assaults. You need to maintain your aggression, because as soon as you get whittled down to where you're not effective, like you don't have even an effective fire team size, like there's no way you're gonna push through anything with any kind of presence. So you need to be aggressive. You will lose people. That's what happens on assaults. And it's a game. You don't. You will die. Some people will die. That's just what happens in this game when you try and assault. But if you die and the rest of your platoon can push through and maintain that aggression, then it's fine. You die, but your platoon won. Like, you got to think of the bigger picture. And I think that's what some of the squads for the Russians last round just weren't able to sort of maintain in their head, was that big picture that, like, it's not all about my squad staying alive and my squad being able to maneuver effectively. It's about what the platoon can do as a whole. What is it? God, I was gonna butcher a Planet of the Apes quote. It was like apes weak alone, strong together, or whatever, where he breaks the stick. No? Nobody? Alright. Live in about a minute. Yeah, live in about a minute. Gonna get started. Where are they going?
Take the backs, because the back blast.
Bushy in front.
Everyone get in these transports.
Bushy up front. What
Oh, they're moving to their start position.
Get in line.
Bad, we've
got
someone else
Get in now. Got like
he's
40
special.
seconds to get to respawn point.
This isn't easy.
Oh well.
Gonna get to their
Blue
spot.
already wheel now. Last round.
This is their start. They're moving to their start point. They have two choices. They can spawn at this main, or the original main from the op dock, which is right here. E1083. Right here. This is the start on the op dock, and they have their choice between here or here. Not a giant difference. Only about 900 meters.
I know.
Live in about.
Can we get a 1 minute extension? It's too late, it's fine.
It's fine.
Lifetime is 7:45. We got 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna give them 3 minutes to get situated. That's fine. They don't need 3 minutes. 1 minute is fine.
What can I say? I'm Joyzy.
Total war is this trucks you saw?
Sorry, what?
Almost got that truck flipped. You see that, Sugarheart? I saw that.
Yeah.
Like this location?
I believe so. No, it's not. Their trucks were.
Let's go check out the position for the militia. And we'll come back and we'll watch them on start. We've got about 2 minutes.
Oh, by the way, those cohorts that I gave that I could not see, apparently they knocked out like 5 people.
The mortars that you can see?
Yes.
I was told that the mortars that I was in knocked out like 4 or 5 people. So
Well,
who's
he got
correct?
7 kills.
Yes, I know he got 7 kills, but it still doesn't add up.
Well, you're lying. There, I solved it.
What if you're wrong? There, solved it.
Well, I can see that there's a possibility.
Who gave the better coordinates?
We'll find out.
So, this is their fob. This is what they need to defend. Yeah, they're gonna just defend the hilltops in the area. I like this position. Earlier, for heavy was just a lot of the commands get into the map really early, just to make sure they understand the terrain they're working with and whatnot. And they're talking about a fob in like this area here at the back part, or like in the center. Like have a fob right at the center with like, you know, minimal defenses, and then just defending the hills around it. If they ended up getting to the fob, it would be so easy to just retake it because it's just out in the middle. Obviously not a serious spot, more of just a troll spot, but I thought it was funny. Live in about 40 seconds. Guys breaking off, getting into their position. Militia should spread their defense wide. Yeah, I think that was key to the defense for militia last time, was they had a very wide and very fluid defense. You saw them. They were here. They pulled back. They pushed. They pulled back. They moved. They pushed again. Here they pulled back. They pushed. Here was pretty static for the entire round, but they didn't really need to go anywhere. They could just hold their points just because they were in a solid position. But the maneuverability of this peninsula and their ability to cross the river unscathed at least twice was astounding. Like, I don't know how they weren't caught. Live. Let's go ahead and check out Russians as they move.
Let's do it.
Dead. Well, just wait, guys.
There's
Yeah,
always
try to
one.
dodge.
I feel like we're gonna die.
Right in the Desna area. No worries. Gonna get fob set. Easy peasy. Very wide defense from the militia. We got Red 2 moving north, Red 4 moving west, Red 1 on point proper.
Deploying Rio.
Actually, I guess Red 1 is mortars, and Red 3 is on point proper with Red 5 standing by. Blue 1 makes it to Desna, rest of the platoon following. Fine. Just getting set up. No real action gonna happen for this first couple minutes.
Alright, good, I'm not crazy.
Lodge is dumped.
I don't immediately see anything to the southeast or southwest, rather.
Same, dude.
Go ahead and move according, guys.
Order is being deployed.
Platoon is in Desna now. Red 4 using this road as a catching point on the west means Stu will most likely be the one to spot any of this contact. A pretty big gap, but given there's not a lot of actual decent terrain to sort of hold up in on this area.
Negative eyes on anything in lumberyard area.
It might be to our immediate
or to the west of that.
southeast, across the river. Obviously across the river, but southeast.
Medic, try to stay in the back.
So keep following my line. Alright, go ahead and hold. Everyone hold. Orient south, southeast. Make sure we're looking across the river. Try to keep our line formation spread out. And just keep your eyes open.
I have eyes
fire
on
team
contact.
leading.
Eyes on contact. 153 in the rock. In the rocks, 153.
153. Okay, Joe, there's a log right here. You can set up right here.
F-1575.
I'm coming on door.
Dwarf, if you come
Yep.
Dwarf. Okay.
Yep.
You want a mission on it?
Yep. 3 rounds. Give him spread, like on the back
Can I
side.
get the grid again? Sorry.
I don't see.
153
on the rock, so it's probably straight ahead.
And 73.
Yeah, it is straight ahead. Get
Fox
spaced
13,
out.
75, 73.
Make sure you're using foliage as cover so they don't see us too. Just make sure you're looking at that direction.
Pretty good call out.
Rago, you're a GL. If Joe starts shooting or if we get shot at,
if you don't
try
see
to
anything,
range for those
west,
rocks. Even if you don't see them,
southwest,
you're gonna
go
fire
ahead
at the
across the
rocks.
river, 2 follow behind 3.
How suppression
Each round
works.
taking this, log behind
Even if you don't see them, you're gonna fire at those rocks.
Yeah, we're same.
Yeah, we got eyes on that SL at
Rounds out.
75.
Rider 3, want you push
Alright.
or 2, push south
When we
to
start to see, I don't see anything, but
position.
I think I
Z,
see him
want
on
you
the
look-
back
Let's
side.
see.
Oh yeah, okay.
2.
You can see him on the backside moving around, I think.
Sorry, yes.
Am I
Like
free to engage
160
the
from
target
here.
after mortar splash?
Yeah, I thought I saw
Yes,
some
3,
too.
and yes, 4, you are. 2, I want
Oh, almost on top of Stu's head. Gareth tagged.
2, I want you pushed into 3's position.
Copy.
Good mortars.
You're gonna cross south, across the river.
Gareth being tagged from 2 different angles. Probably not gonna live through this. Look at those tracers just pinging around him. And some more. Gareth, are you gonna make it out of this? He's getting up.
Do you want us watching east or west?
Oh, he makes it out.
Hit that position again. What to?
Do you want us on the way east or west once we cross the river?
You're gonna go east there.
Falcon on Lord Chonka returning fire. Nice, solid long-range engagement. So far, no kills.
Walk around south. They're pulling back south at that point. Roughly Fox 1357.
Enemy mortars.
Enemy mortars, where these are most likely going out over here.
Those are enemy mortars.
Sort of guessing where they're gonna land. Ooh.
That's on 3.
Way off. That's the thing with grids.
Mortars are 2 are direct north.
That's the thing with grids. He called out E1244 is what the grid is called. He just looked at the
3,
rocks.
do you have any guys in contact to your west?
Now he's gonna be like, those didn't land, I didn't see them try, you know, D1233, E1376, E3, E1385, whereas if you had seen them, it'd be like drop
Negative, not saying anything to our west.
Roger.
or add, I guess, to lower the range. Add 50, left 3 degrees, left 4 degrees possibly, and add like 50, add 60.
So we're trying to be
That is,
careful.
Yeah. 40, have any
it's
locations
foolproof.
of enemies?
You do what I tell you. Go this direction.
I know there's a AR out
I'm
there
just not a
somewhere.
fan of calling out a grid every single time. If those can be adjusted.
Command, this is 4. We have contact southeast. Far 500 meters. Standby for grid. Sandbags and contact. Essentially south of Sawtooth area.
Oh, that Moneyman? I think Moneyman's.
I see contact like Fox 13-2-2.
It'd be better to fall short on mortars, see where they hit, than long and not see them. Yeah, I agree.
Movement. If anyone needs to move,
It's definitely easier to adjust if you can see them, right?
It's wide open, clear. My squad's in a position to cover fire.
Go ahead and call those mortars again.
The road. Command, calling contact Golf 1355.
Look, you can adjust that. 100%. Somebody should have seen that, right? Somebody could see that.
Command, can we
The adjustment there, left. Actually, from where it's at, you gotta understand where this is. It's going straight here, left, 3 degrees, add or drop 10. Easy adjustment.
You can cross the river directly to our south, move to the hilltop.
How do people deal with the mortars being higher or lower positions? They're trying to fire. How do you adjust?
Confirming heavy in place.
You just have to understand the milliradians and sort of guesstimate. Like, I've been playing with the mortar for so long. I at certain ranges I understand how many I should drop or how many I should add to go a specific direction, and that just takes time and patience to learn how to use it. Some people also use the mortar calculator. We do a lot of the mortar calculator because it's free, so everybody can use it, and it's as easy as you doing the Pythagorean theorem if you know how to do that. So it's not super difficult, but a lot of people use the mortar calculator just for convenience sake, and a lot of those will factor in height for you. And that's probably where they're stuck at, is they refuse to adjust from the mortar calculator, when I think you need to use them in tandem. Like, you get the mortar calculator to get it in the general area, and then you use your eyes to fine-tune it.
Light fire, so you do want us on our west side.
Taking accurate fire from the southeast.
I'm trying to spot that shooter.
Yeah, man, he almost got me.
He's somewhere. He's around my like 132.
call in.
Yeah, 132, 136, somewhere over there in that range.
Fire burst is back.
Copy.
Nice burst on his 2 almost.
Relocate after that.
Yep.
Gonna move. Braces work both ways. He's gonna fire and get out of there. Update, no kills on new kills. Dead. Not dead, right? Yeah, no, he's not dead. 2 and 3 getting ready to move.
If you can't
Next round's going.
Let's go through river crossing now.
5-3-1.
Yeah, I think if the higher up you are, the raise those. Not the less you have to adjust, I guess is yeah. Like the going further out. The higher up you are, the further it goes naturally from what it says. Yeah, I think that's it. The higher up it goes, the further out. Like if you're at 100 meters, if you're so high up, it'll be, you know, 125 meters instead whenever it says 100 meters kind of thing. And so you have to just factor that in. Nice crossing by 2. Move to fire team across. Let's see some action, right? So far, just long range engagements. No solid action so far. But more action than was at the start of last round. Squad 2 has a fire team across, and they are continuing to push. No kills on those mortars. Good adjustment, though.
Keep your space.
We just got hit hard web mortars. We are displacing from our current posts.
Finally get it on the hill. And they're going to cross. Ooh, Skeptic and Freebird almost go down. They need to move.
Get your guys situated. I'm going to have one's fire team to push west into Saloniki.
Blue 2, Blue 3 need to move. Trying to move, and they're bounding by fire teams.
I don't want to pussyfoot around.
Copy. My squad's waiting for 2 to get onto that hill in position, and then we're gonna fall in behind him.
Holy shit, we made it.
But 2 makes it across, no contact. Or no casualties.
Emergency
They've been in contact.
Actually, stand by. Keep hitting original position.
Command, be advised, we are across the river. I'm gonna send one of my fire teams a little more south, towards the edge of the wall here.
How many mortars do these guys have? 8 more tubes. Plenty of ammo there. He's gonna continue to do lodge runs? Are they doing lodge runs? No, they're done with lodge runs.
At the house.
Yeah, 7 Cav and HM and 2 if you guys want to be here and watch our like south and maybe southeast. We're gonna sit here on this rock and watch our northeast.
His name's not 7 Cav. Anno J.
I got the northeast.
I've got contact at the,
But it happens all the time. People just read the beginning of the name. Like a lot of people call whoever has the ops tag in front, they just say ops. Hey ops.
Yeah, you can go there.
Militia line is looking fierce though. Yeah, the catching point here, this road, gonna be brutal without mortars. So they need to save a little bit for when they get a little bit closer. But this can be pretty brutal to cross.
I want you to,
if they decide to hold it, that is.
your guys have them cross directly east.
Or unless they go this. They see all the way up to the north. Ooh, they sneak through here. Fall in the road and sneak through and push in there. That does open up for a flank on the back.
A bit more. I don't want to get caught up on their ass and get mortared while we're all bunched up.
Yeah, understood.
Alex 5000 and Storm on the west, but they can't really see anything north of them. Yeah.
Golf 13-2-3.
They're not in a good position to watch this. They're in a great position to watch the west, which is exactly what their job is. Not so much the northwest. But for bound and cross. excuse me, squad 3, blue 3 bounding across, blue 2 already across, red 4, watching the west, red 3 on the point proper with red 5, red 1 sort of scattered here on the east, and red 2 on this hill. It's like a fortress area, which they've hardened up in.
Money man, I see those guys.
So red 2, or blue 2, blue 3 are going to be across here, blue 4 going to be the base of fire, blue 1 is the mortar squad. Like to see them break off some of this blue 1 squad, get them hooked up, attached to blue 4, I'd say, and then push them east.
Really?
And south?
Oh my God,
Or south.
Sure.
The point can be argued to move them direct south.
Now, I have another fire team watching the south side, and they're gonna sweep that south side.
Ooh, Thor, Cano J, and HMLQ.
120, 120. No visual, no visual.
Get south, get south. When you get, right
See Storm? Storm gets caught out moving. Storm only tagged, having a firefight with Thor. Thor tagged as well. Storm goes down to the concentrated fire by 3.
Copy.
Command, do you
Let's
have
get some smokes out
sandbags
down, guys.
to your southeast?
Smoke's out.
I can see it up here.
Yeah, I had eyes on him a little bit.
HMNQL. HMNQL, it just sounds like HML with extra letters.
Yeah,
I think HML everything. Axe 5000 goes down to Cano. Good decision to push this fire team south. Great decision to push this fire team south and have them pushing east. Good GL. Really good GL. They've basically cleared up this west flank, opening up the entire west for this, for them to start pushing.
Yeah.
Or you said their contacts out.
GL's from Chaplain. Clearing out all the bushes. Got about 10 rounds of HE, 2 of each color smoke. You got rounds to start tossing. You're pulling back. You, Gareth, pulling back. I think Lord Chanka and Cyclonaut here, though. They can hold. I think they can hold. I think they should hold.
What are you guys engaging contacts over there?
Mortars landing near here? They are.
What do you want?
I think.
Yeah, contacts east.
Okay. Being you do a contact
150
meters. Go ahead.
150 meters east of Squad 2's
Oh yeah, they're just chasing. Whose fire team is this? This is Squad 2, but whose fire team is this? Thor. They're just chasing Thor's fire team as they move east. They just need to keep moving under them.
I have enemies on the ruins. Hotel 1219.
Like one is coming to contact over there on the east.
I would actually hit that position. Hotel 1219, 3 rounds.
Copy that.
Machine gunner. Yeah, he fucking hit me pretty good. I'm surprised I'm alive.
Good job, 2. You're doing well. Just keep pushing. 3 will be up there just in a second. 4's got your back on the north.
Command. We're taking heavy fire permission to push southeast across the river.
Update on kills: 2 for the Russians, 1 for the Proletarian Revolutionary Militia.
Understood, 2.
Possibly a fire team, Foxtrot 13.
Oh no, Wayne Newton Viper may go down if these mortars land exactly where they need. He sent a fire team out to sort of stall this push on the west, or on his west, east side of the river. Which I think is a great call. Probably pushing up to here, possibly here. Both pretty solid rocks to hold. So may save the fire team, but it'll cost him his life if these mortars land where they're expected to.
Sugar, did you hit a position? Yeah.
Yeah, Hotel 121B. It's taking a second.
Alright, they're actually pushing your guys now. They're pushing towards your guys.
Rest of the platoon is getting across, forming their line. This is actually a pretty nice looking line. Well, it's a little, you know, wiggly, but it's pretty close to where it needs to be. They just straighten it out here, and then they can start pushing, which doesn't need to be a perfectly straight line. They're just holding in the ground that they can. Like Lord Chonka and Sakunat pull back. I think it's a bad call if they allow them to cross this road unhindered, which they are. I think this road was a major catching point that if they had strong pointed, it would have made it really difficult for the Russians to push through. But this fluid defense isn't working. 2 to 1. It's not working. Yes. It hasn't failed, but it hasn't done them any good. Still really even game.
Yeah, Chaplain, you got the looks like northeast.
I've got an enemy unit. Golf 1255 engaging with mortars now.
Go check out one in their engagement. What did I say? This is where they're gonna set up. Yep. Hold it.
Golf 1255 engaging with mortars.
Yeah, that's about right. That's what we're
Pretty
engaging.
saturated. Spread out a little bit.
You guys doing well?
So far, yeah.
Get more guys online. Like Jamar and Termy don't need to be like on top of each other. Just spread out a little bit. There you go. Oh, that's probably why they didn't spread out. Oh, Jamar gets nailed by that mortar. Adam might have finished him off either way. Evan SMA, UJ Key, and Termy just gonna break contact. Good mortar. Counter battery. More on target than the other mortars have been. The adjustment is, where the mortar is, right 1 degree, drop 10.
Ammo down to 175.
Because they've got one more tube. 175 is one more tube of mortar, so 3 more shots.
I don't have any call outs for you.
Alpha there in Foxtrot 1331.
I might go down.
Dwarf might go down. Where's Dwarf?
Just kidding. Nope. Hold up.
He's getting mortared.
Taking fire?
Okay, we're good.
Sorry, I just got mortared.
Dwarf panicking a little bit.
In that position, 1 or 2 or 3. Do you have mortar grids? Because we can support you with mortars with smoke or HE.
Go check out this on the west. Tightened it up a little bit. 4 looks like they're going to support 1. Blue 4 look like they're going to go support blue 1. Blue 2 and 3 working in tandem to push east. And I think that's fine.
I don't think you need to murder that position anymore. That you just hit.
Yeah, last rounds.
However, I do see a lot of guys in that position north of 4.
We're taking fire. We need to move.
You're looking the wrong way.
Money, do you need mortar?
We're taking contact east, northeast of our...
Following those traces back, Reserve. You don't want to have a firefight with an MG like this. Keep up that fire.
Off this hill, we're gonna try to get around on their north side.
Ooh, looks like 2 go down. Nestor and Mendax, possibly those mortars.
Money man, they're going east. They're east. They're straight east. You'll go in southeast.
Tall cut.
Let's go check out this. Looks like Evan SMA, and then we're gonna run into Money Man.
East, southeast.
Take a good spot.
Throw grenades far over your rock.
Spacing.
They're close. They're like 20 meters out. They're very close to it.
Money Man.
What about a grenade or smoke? So
Go
we can
ahead and
push
toss a
out here.
grenade east. Toss a grenade.
He sees him, right?
Security, Red Rock.
Oh, he doesn't see him.
Grenades out.
Too far. Money Man goes down, Evan SMA.
Where are you?
Grenades are too far.
13-3-2 if those are not already pre-designated coordinates.
Bushy Church has a firefight with Termy. Termy wins out. Anybody counterfrag? No.
There's a fire team that squads this element out that way.
I don't know if that grenade's gonna do it, Max. We'll see. Evan S. may underhands a grenade. Actually, pretty okay grenade. Almost had him. I'm gonna try and swing around this rock. Looks like Sled V got tagged up by something. Possibly another grenade? This fire team definitely got whittled down. Moneyman being one of the squad leads. Where's the rest of his squad? Look how close they got here. We're gonna go check that out. I gotta go check. Yeah. Freebird Skeptic. Look at the aggressiveness here.
He's dead.
Copy. We got positive ID. My left border grids are possibly where their radio is in Gulf 13-3-2. Roughly those
being able to use the GL to great effect here. One goes down. Senpai's got a bandage. Blowing up all the sandbags and whatnot they can with these HE rounds. 7 kills for the Russians, 6 for the militia. Russia's trickling into the defensive line. They are being very aggressive. 3, I think 2 needs to maintain the same aggressiveness that 3 got, because look how close 3 is getting. Yeah, keep up this aggressiveness to maintain the eyes, like the attention of Red 4 here, and that'll allow 3 to push in, I believe. Red 1, they're going to be stuck in this engagement for a little bit. Same with 4 and 5. They just need to start moving in. 3's in the best spot, I believe.
This fire team on our side of the river still holding there.
Tactical American, I'll be back in squad very soon. Well, we'll see you soon then.
What do you think? 300? I don't see him.
I'd say 100, 200.
Actually, 4, go link up with
200,
guys
copy.
to your east.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see him through these bushes, so.
This is the MG, the medium machine gun that they've got access to. Yeah, 3's. Blue rescues in. Yeah, it's another militia versus Russian op. The Russian ground forces versus the Proletarian Revolutionary Militia. Good fire here. Let's go check out this fire on the north. Looks like Sled V managed to clear out Evan SMA and Termy. Yeah, it looks like they go down, but he is all alone. Blue 1 needs to be a little bit less scared and start getting ready to push. Yeah, I think that's the call. Red 2 looks like they're moving. They're pulling back.
2, are you completely incapable of moving?
I could potentially make push, but I'm not going to have the weight to actually make a dent in that. Most likely I'm just going to throw my guys. Sorry.
One, does your fire team leader have a ammo bag? My guys will ask me.
Enemy mortars focused on us. South.
Hard isn't getting shot at by PFC Cano J here.
Or if you can push, don't sit in one set.
Yeah, they're pushing now.
How's it going, Flanky Frankie? You know, maintain their push underneath this. Yeah, this is great. If they can maintain this aggressiveness on the south side here, 3. Look at this. The chances of this working are higher if these two are more parallel to each other and are able to concentrate their fire from 2 different angles. Blue 4 looks like they're going to catch up. They're going to be caught up by 2 here. The main push is going to be between Blue 3 and 2 here.
Along the spine of that hill.
They're right on the other side of those trees over here.
Copy.
Those mortars. Hey, I'm gonna rearm real quick. Rearm, never mind. I don't have anything.
I got you.
Yeah, give me some too. I need some more GL.
Yeah, get over here, guys. Rearm real quick.
Rearm.
Oh,
we gotta
getting
move.
closer.
Move. Rearm and then move.
Watch 20. Watch 20.
Good comms. Good local comms. Oh no, Thor goes down to some shots by Lord Shanka.
No.
That last barrage was great. Bring them about 20, 30 meters north.
Alright, orders in.
Order War HQ pushing onto Lord Chanka.
And you're gonna hit it from. You're gonna bring up to me. We're all gonna do this together.
Copy that. Hey, Albie.
Probably should have saved the smoke, but oh well.
Let me see. Where are we? I'm gonna want you to pressing spot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
get
get somewhere that has a little bit of cover.
Get
Forward,
trees
Sled B.
right in front of you.
Yeah, forward. Try and get Sled B to go north and link up with us.
Copy.
PC Cano has been tagged by Stu, I want to say. I think he's the one who would have the shot.
Command, we see their main base from our position. If we can get smoke orders.
We're out of mortars, man.
Copy. Okay, my bad.
Okay. 2 and 3. What's your status?
We're holding here right now, waiting for everyone else to make a push. We're taking fire from our hill to our direct east, direct south of 4.
Roger. I'm sure they're continuing their LG runs, though. 4, go push southeast.
Fuck.
Yeah, command, I got eyes on most
Frag going? I don't think they're in frag range yet. Yeah, definitely not in frag range yet.
Gulf 1323.
HMNQL getting tagged up by Stu. What's the objective of this op? The objective is for the Russians to assault this fob. It is basically a forest fob that the militia are trying to build up and stockpile munitions. And Russians need to dig them out. And they are having some trouble with it. 12 kills for the Russians, 10 kills for the militia. Lord Chanka takes out one. Frag may land on his head, though. Not far enough.
Also regular. Yeah, copy. We're getting pushed. Me and one of my guys are getting pushed right now.
Not getting pushed.
From the east.
They're getting shot at. They're not getting pushed.
Roger. They're pushing you.
Well, I'll move Sled B, get him relinked up.
These guys have occupied those ruins. They're being a pain in the ass.
Could really? So what's the call for the Russians? Do they hold here or maintain the aggressiveness? So the option is to maintain this aggressiveness and hope they can push in while these guys just sort of occupy 2, or they hold tight, wait for 1, 5, and 4 to move south, and then push in together. It's timing, I think. I think that's what it's gonna come down to. If they push too early, 2 can just turn around and flank, but then they're gonna be counter. I don't know. It's up in the air. So many things can happen. Pretty even game. 12 to 11, 12 to 12, 12 to 13, or 12 to 13 HMNQL, and I think this was a PFC John something. Goes down. Warface gets tagged up. Actually, no. PFC Cano. John. PFC Cano. Really aggressive. See, that's how you do it. Maintain that aggressiveness. Keep pushing. I think that's what they need to do. Yeah. Maintain the aggressiveness. Keep pushing. Keep them on the back foot.
These ruins first before we keep pushing.
Yeah. If they can maintain this aggressiveness and keep diverting forces to the south, this really opens up the map for 1 and 4 here to start pushing and get them in a flank where they're clearly not looking. They're actually doing a logi run. They're actually doing a logi run. Okay. Okay.
Okay, I think they're fleeing back, but I can't confirm.
Stu trying to push Cano
Might
here.
need help to, if one can hurry up and cover my east.
Working on it.
WV goes down to Cano. Stu goes down to Cano. This guy's a monster. Where's the rest of his squad? Get up here, man. He's lost his fire team. That's the thing. He's up here with 4 guys, but they've all gone down. So it's just him alone. He needs the rest of his guys to hurry up and catch up. Only Total War HQ, I believe, is the last one in his squad. He needs his buddy here. Lord Chanka. That's suppression right there. Lord Chanka just... Oh, no, he sees him. He actually sees him. That's not actually suppressing. And he goes down. Nice try. Cano goes out with... where is he? Oh, that's Tom Peach with 3. Yo.
Flora, I want you to go straight south.
Oh, there he is. 8 kills. Look at that guy.
I want you to that road and cut him off.
That's the fire team. 4 or 5 should push in from where they are, the north flank, eliminating the forces in the little compounds and regroup with the rest. Yeah, I think that's the call. 3's probably gonna push. Oh, looks like 2 pulled back. Ooh boy. See that X though? You see that
Take the pressure off you guys here soon.
little skull and crossbones? Do ya? Oh, want to see this?
One, are you able to push?
This is just the baitiest of bait. Please pull the trigger at the right time.
I'm seeing majority contacts to my direct east.
Waiting. I'm waiting.
Eyes on infantry pulling south from my east.
Understood.
I'm down to 2
They
effects
see him. They have to see him.
Alright. 2 and 3 just
Pushing past it.
soak up their fire for
Hurry
a little
up.
longer, then we'll hit them from the north. That's not the best answer I can give you, but
Oh no, their moment is lost. Did they lose their scout? Oh, it was just too late. Oh, their timing. Just a couple seconds. It's all a couple seconds earlier, and they would have had it. Nice try though. I like the idea. Bait them into that. Just the idea was there. The timing was not. Wade Noon gonna pull his squad back. 4 and 1 gonna maintain this aggression. 4 and 1 gonna maintain their aggression. I believe this is squad 2 on the south. Blue 2 on the south. In contact with Lord Chanka. Last one remaining for his squad. Lord Chanka goes down to a firefight with Total War HQ. But Total War HQ drawing a lot of mortars. He's just gonna run.
2, are you by yourself?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Yes. I'm trying to get back, you guys.
And Mother, I think we should win. I think we should win because, yes. So 18 kills for the Russians, 17 for the militia. A much closer game than first round.
Alright, 1 and 4 is getting surrounded.
That ID could have taken all of them out. That could have easily been 4 kills for that trigger man.
I'm gonna start moving in.
Really wanted to see it as well. And it would have taken out 4 plus command. That's important. It would have taken out command as well. Throwing the whole platoon into chaos, because let's take a look at who's still alive command structure-wise. That's a fire team lead. That's a squad lead, original squad lead, original squad lead. And so they've still got 75% of their squad leads still up. Original squad lead. It's a fire team lead. They still got, they still got their command. Fire team lead and original squad. So they've got 2 of their original squad leads up, plus commands on both sides. Black Hat and Honesty Spies cross the road, finally into, I'd say, FOB territory. Full platoon is already across the road. Look at that. Look at 4-2. Wow. Keep the aggressiveness going, guys. Keep the aggressiveness going, and you might be able to overwhelm them before they have a chance to
make sure you guys are checking
maneuver guys around where they need to be. They already do the Logi run? Did they? Not sure. I don't want to get caught on the map while Black Hat and friends are pushing Boogeyman here. Atomic Peach as well. Firing onto Boogeyman. Adam here.
It's right on this hill to the south.
4, is that yourself?
Yeah, direct south. Okay.
You know, UJ key.
Yeah, these contacts are direct south, me moving west.
A couple seconds earlier, they could have clutched the game. Yeah, it would have swung the game heavily in favor of the militia. Nearly held my breath there.
Does that mortars to south to you?
Yes, it sounds like it's coming roughly from like Gulf 1491. I saw
Militia
like a huge
in the
impact
lead
on the southern map
for the
border.
first time this
Then
round.
where they ended up setting up the radio up.
2019 though, still anybody's game. Who's got the positional
Just over this
advantage?
hill, I think, is MG.
They're almost 100% surrounded.
I'm getting mortared right now. I got my head in a hole.
Rudder, push east, you have to, or west, either way.
Move. Or push east or west. Just move. Just keep going.
Yeah, I was
Lex Ryan, Zeke gets tagged. No, Zeke's already been tagged.
Are not working for me.
Copy, we're gonna make our push in from here now.
Shug it out, okay.
Lex Ryan takes out Black Hat. That opens it up for non-SA Spy, but not opens. I mean, non-SA Spy didn't catch it. Bag of Joe getting mortared. Same with Zeke.
Making my push over here.
Alright, let's go check out 3 as they make their push. Wow, it looks like Dwarf goes down to a flank from Boogeyman. I guess it's not really a flank. Well, I guess he put himself in that position to get flanked, as he just pushed past. He didn't spot him. Alpha Guido, Lima Bean, and Skeptic starting to push. Oddball, only one standing in the way.
They suck at aiming. Nope. There's a big sandbag position that we've been shooting at. Well, contact in there.
Don't worry.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
He saw the grenade land in front of his face. I'm dead is the last thing he managed to say as the grenade blows up.
I'm not gonna make it.
This might be the hold for the Russian, or excuse me, the militias. They swing it 26-20 in favor of militia. Lime Bean and Skeptic can continue their push. They'll maintain this aggressiveness. They had one guy get 8 kills. Let's see another one can. Oddball goes down. Counter frag from Pipe Funk. Possibly Liberal Pundit. Skeptic gonna keep trying to push. Any other? So, Total War HQ having a shootout with CJ Ryan. He's going to be added for a little bit. Skeptic, only one on the point. Big Rego, Zeke, Big Bag of Joe, and Sled B, the only ones on the west flank. Atomic Peach and Frost sort of trying to be a base of fire from the south. I'd like to see them push up and help Skeptic push in. Atomic Peach is a monster of a fragger. Good frag rocket into We Are Airborne's little position here. I mean, what are you going to do to dodge that? But Atomic Peach is a monster of a fragger. I like to see him get in this action, but the thing is he's so hurt, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do much if he gets close. Went from being aggressive to suicidal. Skeptic pushing these guys. Can he see them? He sees Sliver Pundit. Yeah, Sliver Pundit goes down on 1 tap. Long range fire onto the Goon. Goon goes down. Good shots on Skeptic's part. And that allows Frost to push up. Atomic Peach falling behind. They've got a foothold onto the actual fob proper, I'd say. Total War HQ is still alive somehow. Bag of Joe Zeke also alive. Same with Sled V.
Throw a nade if you have any. Just straight ahead.
Throw a nade at south.
How far?
Yes.
Pretty far.
Oh, fuck.
Did it bounce back? Oh. He hit a tree. Yeah. Nice one, Frost. Pipe Funk goes down. Same with Diplex. He did.
Yeah,
Where did
compound?
That a frag?
Got a smoke.
Wow. Monk Peach, Skeptic, and Frost here. They're the hopes. Go check out Zeke and Sled V. 29 for the Russians, 29 for the militia. They're being chased by mortars. He's being absolutely chased by those. This is where it's gonna happen right here. Atomic, Frost, and Skeptic are gonna be the ones who clutch this game.
Go ahead, you might die though.
Oh, Atomic Peach goes down to UJ Key. Just couldn't do it without that health. He'd already been tagged once.
He went down to your southeast.
They've taken over the mortar, or excuse me, the the MG. I like it. He's gonna hop off it. It works both ways. Those traces are massive. They know exactly where they position that. Like Total War finally went down over there, and Zeke and Sled V are still alive. Skeptic and Frost, I think, need to stick together.
Getting shot.
He's gonna go down here. That's concealment, buddy. That's not cover, and UJ Key can see right underneath it. Skeptic pushing Hero. Actually, I have no idea. He's gonna dig the fob. He's gonna complete his objective. Yes. No, he spotted. Unfortunate. He tried. He tried. Skeptic almost goes. I mean, he gets like 2 digs, so I guess it's not almost, but he got 2 digs on the actual fob. He got to touch it. Sled v Zeke. Only 2 remaining. What are they gonna do? We got 2 versus 1. 2 versus 6. He won the game. He touched the fob. He won the game. Ondarts is still alive. Keeping control over his platoon. What a round. What a round. I like the aggressiveness from the Russians.
Right.
Maybe it was just their mortars? Maybe they could have used their mortars a little bit more effectively. I felt they mortared positions that they knew would have been... Well, I guess they didn't know they would be abandoned, but you have to sort of guess. Like, if you mortar a position that's nowhere near the objective, they're not going to want to harden up and hold that position with their lives. They're going to fall back. And there were times where they would send 3, maybe 4 volleys, where if they'd sent maybe 2 volleys, no, they're not there anymore, and then they just moved their mortars elsewhere, they'd have had more ammo for this late game. And Dorf himself, he said he probably should have saved some mortars for smokes, but oh well. He probably should have saved some mortars for smokes. That might have been the difference here if they had smoked out these locations and then tried to push in. That might have been the key for the Russians, but it was a very close game, 29-33 for the militia. Zeke and Sledby. I'm not counting them out yet, but it's not looking good. Desperation is starting to kick in. Is him? No. He does. Got him. In the bush. No, he doesn't see him. Oh, he got tagged by somebody else. Who did he get tagged by? UJ Key? No, Blackbeard. Nice little crossfire. Thought it would have been Londarts. Sledby all alone. Toss a frag in there, Sledby. Take out command. Him versus a world. 1 versus 6. Full health? Most full health. Might as well be full health. He hears him though. Crawling is not quiet. Knife command, right? Knife command. Command hears him. You see how Londarts is moving? It's not quiet. Crawling, it's so loud. He's just waiting. Just a 1 tap. Sledby goes down, and I think that's all she wrote for the Russians. Check. Yep, that is all she wrote. Good job on the militia. It was a really close game, 29-35 for the militia. Managed to take it out. Good mortars on both sides. Good maneuvering for the Russians. I felt they had the aggressiveness they needed. It was just that extra little kick that they needed to finally push in and finish their objective and complete their objective. If you guys are interested in participating in these events, you should check us out at squadops.gg. All you have to do is sign up, take our Squad Ops basic training course. It's only about 45 minutes to an hour long. After that, you can then participate in any and all of our events. If you liked what you saw and you want to give us a follow at twitch.tv/squadops, we would really appreciate it. We also upload all of our videos onto YouTube, youtube.com/squadops. I was your commentator for this evening, ShadowedRitual, and we will see you on Saturday for another set of Squad Ops events. And until then, I will catch you guys later.